Good day, good evening, good night. Welcome to. Oh
What
my
the
god!
hell is this song? What the hell is this song?
Oh my
You don't know
god!
that?
Fans,
Real?
What is
Man, I
it?
can't.
What is it called? Black Superman?
Black Superman.
let it just be known we are a hot mess and we need to fix this flicky, fix
We're
this
good.
sound effect.
We're good.
We're hot
We are
mess.
so
It's
good.
fine.
But anyway, good night if you are in United States of America or in Europe. Probably it's good morning. If you're in Melbourne, good morning. Thank you for washing out and fucking up our draw because you didn't finish the qualies. But welcome to our 109th podcast, where we have a meta epic heroic draw show for you this evening. And before I go any further, I see we already have viewers. I'm sorry, like white people, you can't say this, but black people, you can totally say, yes, it's colored people time.
No, don't blame it on that. Don't blame it on that.
It's Janina. I was trying to be a good Judy.
It's
I
not
wanna be a
usually
good
my
Judy.
fault, but it's totally my fault this time. Okay, I gotcha.
We're not doing CP time. Not for this.
See, I was trying to help you, Janina, but your friend
Yeah.
Andreen,
I
just
threw you
totally
right
blew
under
it
the
off.
bus, like
Under the
Billy
bus. She backed
Billie
up
Jean
too.
King threw
Backed
Margaret
up
Court
and she
under the
went
bus.
forward. She just crushed you. But before I go any further, let me introduce my co-hostesses with the mostesses. First we have the latecomer. We have, you know what? Since you were late, we're gonna introduce you last.
Oh my
We have
gosh.
Andreen from Solely Tennis Travel. We always introduce you first anyway.
I just want to let it be known that I left work a half an hour early to make this bish, but I didn't have to because somebody made sure we started at 7, like I thought.
Love you.
But it's okay because
It's
she's so cute. It's
6:55 in LA. It's not 7. Okay, don't even play.
That's right.
It's all good.
Okay?
It's all good.
And we pay you. We compensate for your time. We do. Don't let me get HR to send you, show your paycheck.
That's fair.
How are you, Andreen? I know you're
I'm
probably I don't know what to say in California. I thought California was a safe state. It was a blue state. No, I'm not gonna worry about. I have to worry about earthquakes, fires. I have to worry about mudslides.
You always have to worry about mudslides. You always do.
It's either y'all are dry, either y'all are hot, or y'all on fire, or y'all are being submerged.
I know.
The mud. I mean, get it together in California, because without California, we're gonna have an entire red country.
It's the Garden of Eden. That's what we are.
Oh shit.
Nothing good happens.
And we have Janina from Foreign, Ohio. How are you, Janina?
Apparently not good with the internet today, but I'm ready. As ready as I can be.
And tonight we have a special guest with us. She is no stranger to this podcast. We have Fior Bianca on Twitter. How are you, lady?
I'm good. Hi.
Oh, I thought you left because you're like all this freaking crazy.
I just realized Fiora has a sexy voice.
Oh,
yeah, she has a totally sexy radio voice. She does.
We love it.
I used to work at a movie theater, and creepy old dudes would always tell me that when I was in the box office.
Oh God. Hashtag me too. Every freaking way.
I like that she was protected in the booth, though. God,
thank God.
Locked on all sides.
It was a shady part of Burbank.
Don't lie, there are no shady parts of Burbank.
So how are you, Fio? I know that you were affected by the recent hurricanes, but you live in America, so the president at least sent out some aid in your direction.
You got some paper towels, right?
Yeah, I think I caught a roll. I'm sure I did at some point.
Glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear he's taking care of you.
Yeah, that could. I hope it's bounty because that's a quicker picker upper, and that could totally take care of everything. And of course, are you ready for the draw show, Fiora Bianca? Because you got to save us. And of course, the homosexual of the podcast, it's Realz. So I forgot to do something to find out. My fans are probably talking, and they're probably saying these bitches are freaking late as always.
Yeah, we are.
And we're sorry, fans.
I mean, Tony, quit bitching. You got an extra long nap, didn't you?
Well, welcome to our first live podcast of the year, and we're happy to be doing it with and it's so exciting to know that they're all here listening to us. So we have any news, ladies? We have not finished the draw.
Yeah, that's the big news. It's raining in Australia.
Oh my gosh.
The
They
draw's
haven't
not
finished
done.
the second round.
But we're gonna do the draw show anyways.
I'm just I by the way, just denote qualifier 1, qualifier 2.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen, full disclosure, I always print my draw before the qualifying rounds are done anyways, and I never know who's in there. And sometimes just for shits and giggles, I pick a
I'll put a qualifier through. I know. Even against a known player, I'll be like, I'm not so sure you could do it. I'm putting the qualifier through.
Amen. A to the men.
So tell us our theme. Please tell us our theme, Realz.
So our theme today, as you can read if you're here, just Janina, it's a mega epic superheroic draw show down under. And you may have guessed it, our draw show is based on the theme of superpowers, not necessarily confined to superheroes and supervillain in the conventional sense, but we are all about superpowers for the players in section. Yes, according to Yvette, qualifiers won't make quarters anyway. Wow, Yvette. I mean,
savage.
I mean, come on. I mean, y'all
Nectar
forget,
says,
Alexandra Stevenson. I mean, like, she was a quali and she made it to the semifinal.
Nectar 737 says they're mostly useless anyway.
Oh man.
Wow.
Y'all are brutal. That's why we love your asses.
Look.
Perfect. I love it.
I mean, come on, now these quali get in the first round, and I mean, like, Nole is injured. I mean, maybe he might get picked off by a quali.
No, it's Donald Young he plays. Man, you haven't looked at.
It might as well be a qualifier.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, kind of true. And I mean, look, y'all out here stunting like y'all don't know some woman is gonna be upset by a quali in WTA. Come on now, don't be playing yourself. Let's speak the truth. Y'all know some WTA woman's gonna get dragged by qualifier.
Reels. That's called parody, okay?
So don't be snoozing on these qualies because I see Sarah Irani got her pasta right, and she is making her way on through. So you know she's coming for somebody.
Oh, perfect. We should start with the ladies. Apparently, everyone always puts the ladies last, so we should.
We're gonna totally put them first.
Yeah.
We invited Fio Bianca. She is actually, though people may not want to know this, I know we think of the typical comic book geek, but actually, girls and girls of color and women of color, I should say, and big in the comic book world, and Fio Bianca just hits every single box there is on that spectrum, and we invited her to our lovely podcast, and she's a regular guest here. So Fio, you mind setting us off and let us know what are the rules?
Look at Manuel checking in from San Francisco. I totally didn't think he was going to be here because he's on vacation, living the life. Thanks for joining.
Manuel, I just detected that slight bit of like, bitches, I'm traveling, and your motherfuckers are home. I detected a slight bit.
He totally did.
Shade.
You know what? That's okay. Because he's after he leaves San Francisco, his ass is gonna go to Denver and fucking freeze. He's gonna feel the cold for the first time in his life. He's gonna fucking freeze. So everybody say hi to O because he might die.
Oh my god.
Manuel, I hope you don't roll on one of those hills. Okay, I hope you don't roll on one of those hills, Manuel. Just be careful with the steps. Just saying. So, Fio, what are the rules you think we should engage for our superpower draw show? We're totally putting you on the spot.
Rules.
Rules which we don't follow anyway, but you know.
Yeah, of course. I think if you guys started by saying which players you think have certain powers, I can try to match them to an existing superhero or supervillain.
Oh, well, look at her. Wow. You know what? We are totally following the lead, Miss Jasmine, and she can roll with this shit and run it. She's running it.
I'm gonna give credit to Superpowers Wiki for helping me out with this.
Me too.
Jasmine, I got you. I got you. Okay, don't feel like you're put on a kick. You know, Realz is a little nerd sometimes, and he got comic books.
You're a big nerd.
So
you were the one that recommended a great comic shop in New York City to me last time I was up there.
Yeah, don't see. I'm not always that kind of homosexual. People, don't judge me. Okay, Realz is eclectic. Okay,
he goes to the gym and comic books. Okay, so are we doing the bottom or the top, Realz? What do you like?
Okay, so
oh shit.
Oh wow, that double entendre, Andreen.
Right over your head.
I know. You see, I wasn't being gay then. Okay, I'm gonna say for the purposes of this podcast, I'm gonna say the bottom. Let's do the bottom.
Where Venus lives always. This is their Venuses.
So, I mean, okay, can I just say, I love Venus.
Mm-hmm.
I love Venus.
Hey, Maya.
But you know, I mean, superheroes that just gotta have her super pack, her protein shake, her supplement with her. Not saying that she's doping, but you know, Venus is either she's hot or she's cold.
I know.
This is one of those times where Venus is gonna be her superpowers, ain't gonna be with her, and my good Judy Belinda Bencic is gonna rack up her first win against Venus and take away.
Shit! What? No.
Whoa,
and steal all them points.
That.
No.
Look.
Wow.
Let me tell you a little secret that I know about Venus Williams that people might not know.
Right now.
I'm gonna say I don't know if it's a superpower. You know, it's probably I don't know if it's a superpower, but you know, whenever Venus is happy and doing lots of press and you see her out and about, she gonna flop. She gonna flop. When Venus is dialed in, she is ruthless. She is no press. She's hidden. She's minding her own goddamn business. But Venus is out and about, being happy. She's dancing. She's putting out Instagram videos. You know, she being basic. She being messy. And that's just my bold prediction. I got nothing else. Venus Williams is going out in the first round, and all of those final points from last year is gone.
Okay.
I know the fans
are gonna just put a damper on everything.
Okay, but can we start by saying though that I think that the draw is on the women's side is somewhat balanced.
I think so too.
I agree with that.
There's actually stuff, you know, the top is competitive and the bottom is competitive as well. And actually, even if Venus gets through, well, you know, listen, I didn't do Venus that way. I thought that Venus was going to. I gave Venus her superpower, which is I gave Venus her wing power, flying Venus. Let's be honest, y'all. Okay, fine. Kerber is playing well, but Kerber gave Bencic a breadstick. I think Venus can do better. Venus generally owns Bencic, right? She's owned that girl for years. I think that Venus gets through that because I think we're going to have flying Venus. I think she's going to come out and I think she's going to serve and volley and cut shots off at the net. And I think she's going to get through that match.
Oh, Yvette, you're an optimist. Yvette, don't be telling lies. Don't be telling lies, Yvette. I know you are a pragmatic woman.
You're gonna
win this. I'm an optimist. But that's after she said you got a point, Realz.
That's because she's yielding to your superstition, which is that a happy Venus is a losing Venus. We're throwing those superstitions away. So I'm giving Venus her superpower, flying Venus. She's going to use her wingspan and actually transform those arms into wings. And she's going to do it. She's going to fly across. She's going to fly around the court. Now, the only problem I'm worried about is that it's hot as fuck. So maybe she might, the heat might be a problem, but that's it. It's the only thing I think she'll be okay. Maybe it's going to go 3 sets. Because I think
it's interesting that you gave her wings because I listed Venus as Wonder Woman.
Look at you.
Because she's not indestructible,
Mhm.
but she's kind of immortal. Like
There you go.
she's there and she's always going to be there, and you can always count on her to bring the heat.
Okay, if I'm gonna do you a loss, I'm gonna raise you your Wonder Woman, and I'm gonna say not for the obvious reason because of the color, but I'm see Venus more as Storm. I think, yes, she's a weather witch and she's a goddess, but y'all know Storm in those X-Men cartoons from the 90s be getting ready for a fight and do one blow, and then she got her ass knocked to the side. She's either in it or she's out of it, you know, and y'all know Venus can lose from a winning position. Come on now. I mean, Belinda Benches has match practice. Belinda has been on a roll since last year. Okay, Belinda is that young dynamo, that young ingenue. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna get my way back up into the top players. Belinda is in shape. I know we don't want to talk about it. Belinda has slimmed down. She got herself together. She's been playing some solid ball.
Mm-hmm.
And she is what I know people get tired of saying this. Yes, she's working with Melanie Molitor, you know, Pingus's mother. Just be giving her a little tip now and again, girl, how to get to the net. And that's going to be trouble for Venus. For Venus to win this match, Venus serve gotta be on point.
Yep.
Belinda behind the baseline.
Okay,
Venus has to
so
take all the way through. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Mm-hmm.
Full disclosure, not a comic book person. I don't really know shit. I'm gonna just put that out there, okay? So if my picks don't make sense, sue me. However, I'm right there with Andreen. Thank you, Wikipedia, Google, and all that stuff. I decided that Venus was most like a superhero called Mystique.
Oh,
I actually had Serena as Mystique,
but she's not there.
I know.
That's mysterious. Okay, that's missing. That's missing.
It is my understanding that Mystique has the powers of and abilities of agelessness and accelerated healing factor. We need this shit. We need this shit because Venus is old. I mean, even though she's got that 25-year-old boy toy, she's fucking old.
Yeah, Venus is 37 people. She's 37.
And, you know,
here.
That's what made most sense to me.
I like Venus. She likes to be young and dumb.
That defies. Oh, my God.
You know, I have to say, Venus never dates anyone that she looks like she's having a conversation with. Just saying.
Listen, the woman knows what she wants.
Thank you very much, boo. You're not here for conversation.
Give it to her.
As they say, you're not here for conversating. No, boo.
However, let me tell you, there's a person in this section of the draw that I equated with Lady Deathstriker.
Who's that?
Who might cause some damage because she likes to fuck up a Williams sister every once in a while.
Macabre?
Yes.
Girl. E-Cat. But you know what?
I'm just saying.
E-Cat has been quiet, right?
Mm-hmm. Which means it's time for her to make some fucking noise.
No. If E-Cat wanted to make noise, she would have made noise a long time ago. Yes.
I don't know.
She makes magic in Melbourne. She can deal with the heat.
Yeah. E-Cat's pretty good for that.
I don't know. I think Van Oudvank might be coming in here for one of those like henchman woman.
No, absolutely not. No Van Oudvank.
I put E-Cat as like, this is probably too stereotypical on the nose, but I would put her as Black Widow. Like she's one of those super agents, and you never know when she's gonna wake up.
It's true. That is true. She gotta sleep herself.
Yeah.
Yes,
she smiles.
His man is 25.
Yes.
Supposedly. He can drink all over the world. He should be living on his own. He's a model. If he can't, Venus got enough room in her bed and in her apartment for her.
Of a fucking fortune.
And he's rich. He's rich. You know what Venus did there, right? She just quietly undid Serena. She's just like one. My
Right?
man got more money
She's
than no
like,
man.
That's
He's younger.
right.
Got a full head of hair. And he's
you know what?
hotter.
Listen, her superpower might be her pussy power.
Oh my Lord.
Ooh.
No, I'm going
All
Fly
right.
Venus. So, but honestly, I mean, regardless of what's going to happen in that section, I actually really believe the person who's going to mess up and cause the wreck is going to be Gerges. Julia Gerges.
Oh.
Is the
Bitch
one.
is playing so good. Like,
I know.
Where did this come from? This was
Where-
supposed to happen a long time ago.
Well, my
long
pet
time ago.
My pet name for Gerges right now is like, I think of her as a little bit of a mini Thor. She's a wielder of big sticks. She's hitting she's hitting massive serves and massive forehands.
Maybe she's the wielder of big sticks somewhere else. She's finally getting some and is doing her a good job.
Okay.
Translate
This podcast is not for
Your
children.
turn.
Oh, sorry.
So that's my Julia Gerges. My Julia Gerges is, I feel like she's hitting big ball in that section, and I think that Julia Gerges might be like able to sneak out of that little nugget right there. I'm not seeing Venus.
Okay, I'm gonna go for bold predictions here. I just wanna, I'm gonna be crazy, mad, crazy, genius. No, I'll take that back. I don't want to be genius anymore. Fuck you, Donald Trump, and your bullshit. I'm gonna be that mad scientist who always did crazy prediction, and I'm gonna say isn't getting far.
Who's
not getting far?
Gerges. I don't see her getting far.
Why couldn't she get through that section?
I'll tell you why.
Who's gonna take Gerges out? Cornet?
Gerges is gonna take herself out. That's who is gonna take herself out.
I actually think Gerges gets to Venus and then Venus takes her out.
Y'all don't know. You see, for the first in a long time, Julia Gerges really has some steam and energy.
No. But regardless of Gerges, this is my thinking. The first round match for V is going to be tough. It should be tough. And if she gets through that, she's playing well, and there's no reason why she can't get all the way through her quarter of the draw if she is playing well. And I think a real testament of where she's at is going to be round one. She gets through round one, and she's good, I think, to get to the semis.
Venus gets to round 1 in 3 sets. Yeah. And it's going to be like 10-12 in the third set.
No, it's not.
Wait. You think Venus gets past Fidelina?
Unless I filled out my draw wrong.
Okay, I like your thoughts.
Oh, I don't have Svitolina going that far.
Svitolina's not in that section. She's
gonna fuck it up.
She's
in the section underneath.
Oh, she has Venus in the semis.
If
Svitolina don't do well
doesn't have she doesn't have a number one player to play, she's not gonna perform.
Svitolina is the Sasha Zverev of the WTA.
Yes. To the man.
People. I'm just putting it out there, people. We got the numbers to prove it. Because that French Open has Svitolina name all over it. And then Simona Halep decided, you know what? Maybe I might want this. And then Alona Sapenka was just like, girl, no. You ain't trying really hard for this. I'm going to snatch this.
Amen.
And is the Sasha Zverev WTA. Just putting it out there. I recently found out, so there's an obvious person we're not making out here, we're not mentioning. But, Yvette, are you drinking? What are you on, Yvette?
What'd she say? You can't just respond, honey.
She says Svitolina and Venus in the
Svitolina and Venus in the semis. Yvette, what are you drinking? I need that for tomorrow, okay? I need to be seen right about now.
Oh, my God.
It's lights out, and I need to...
Of course it's Svitolina. Who's going to stop Svitolina? Sloane?
Svitolina.
I don't care about
Sloane
that.
Performed major.
She performed at this major.
I found out we have to do.
Sloane's gonna get to the third round and get booted out by Kasatkina.
Jasmine, what do you think?
Wait. Sloane gotta win 2 matches to get to the third round.
Exactly.
And that ain't happening.
Oh my God. Is she like the worst superhero? Is she like Catwoman, who's looks pretty but doesn't do much?
Actually, I had Sloane as had this silly Marvel character called Dazzler, who her literal superpower is she turns music into light, and it's like, what is the point? What do you do with that?
Ineffectual.
Yeah.
You know
like,
what? She's Jubilee. She's Jubilee.
Yeah, you have these
You're
powers.
present.
What do they do?
Not what you're really doing here, but you can do something every once in a while. Jubilee.
Mhm.
I
Oh
mean,
man.
I just gotta say, I found out recently there's such a thing as the Sloan Rangers.
Yeah.
They're Sloan
What, you just
stands.
found? You just found them? They've been around for a long
You know
time.
what?
Come on.
Realz is on Twitter, but barely. He barely pays attention on there.
This is
Maybe-
true. He just tweets.
You see. No, I was gonna say something, but you know what? Even that ain't prosecco, okay? You need to go back to wherever you find that. That is not prosecco. That is something else. Okay, that is tequila. Okay, just so you know.
No, so we're not picking Sloan for getting past what, the second round.
I need Sloan Rangers to
did.
find Sloan game because she is a hot mess. Just
But-
Sloan don't give a shit. She don't care.
Well, I don't know if she doesn't care. I think she just hasn't been able to get her game right. You know what? Maybe she's going to do the opposite of the U.S. Open, where it's like she had a nice lead-up tournament into the U.S. Open. But maybe, you know, Sloan she did perform well in the Oz, which makes all of y'all hate her. But
Oh my
she could
god.
probably do
Yvette
it.
says she's not getting past Zhang.
Yeah, I don't think she's getting out of the first round either.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'm so generous.
Wow.
I had Sloan getting to the third round at least.
I have her getting to the fucking quarterfinals. Y'all are
Janina,
killing my
you smoking
dreams.
something. You smoking something, girl.
Trying not be a
Not pot.
superpower. Great advice, Sloan. Pay
Okay,
your
moving on.
taxes for that.
Let's move on to the next quarter. The next quarter
Just wanna
full
say
of
this, Sloan-
villains.
Well, the next.
I just want to say, I don't.
The next
Wait,
section
hold on,
though,
hold
is
on, hold
right
on.
here in this section is
Oh.
Spidolina. Spidolina is in that section.
Fidelina, Stevens. You know what?
Yeah.
This section is boring, I think, to be honest.
You
I
think?
really think. Yeah, I do. I think it's not good. Not good at all. Like,
This section
seriously?
has all the possibilities. It has Casa Catina, which everybody thinks is supposed to be the next big thing, and then
It's
it has
gonna be exciting
Spidolina,
if she wins.
who wins.
It's gonna be exciting.
No, it's not.
I think that
No,
I like the
this-
possibility of a nice fourth round match between Daria and Svitolina. I think that could be a really good match if they both get there. I don't see any reason why.
If Sloan gets to the third round and she plays Cascade, that's gonna be a highlight match as well.
That's a good match. Yeah, that would be a fun match to
that
see.
should be on one of the show codes.
Well, we'll see.
I've got Costakina going out to Brady.
In what round is that? First
The
round?
Second round.
Second round? Oh, I don't even have
And
Brady.
Nectar
getting
says
there.
Costakina has been awful so far this year.
She's been awful always, but every now and then she comes in.
When she sees Ostapenko, she gets her shit right. And she was just like,
Oh,
hey.
Speaking of Ostapenko for that next section, I don't know if Ostapenko gets out of that first round match. Why do I think that Franny? Why do I feel like Franny should be able to get smart and take care?
I'm going to tell you why. Because she's Italian and she likes pasta. Her superpower is in the kitchen, hanging out with good friends.
I just feel like Franny's a smart player.
Can I ask a question about
Ostapenko's
Franny?
serve is not reliable.
Is Franny a lesbian? Yes, she's a lesbian.
Yes, of course she's a lesbian, but
Oh.
wasn't she supposed to retire last year?
No,
you
I
see-
think
you
it was.
see, you see, you
They
see.
all, I think all the Italians said they were sort of retiring.
I swear to God, she said she was done. Like last year
Yeah,
was her
you see-
swan song tour.
No,
you see, this is where y'all don't pay
no.
attention. This is
She
where y'all don't
said
pay
that-
attention.
She said
Okay,
that, but
tell
then
me.
she said that she was inspired by watching other players, the old guys playing. So she wanted to.
Oh Jesus! You know what? I'm
Franny, come
here
out
for.
and tell the truth, Franny. You got no money. Okay, Italy economy ain't all that good. You came back
Oh
to
my
make some
God.
change. Ain't no shame in that game, girl. Ain't no shame in that. And I think Franny have a word with Sloane Stevens and tell her that major money would soon run
See,
out.
Yvette said she did retire. I just listen. I'm here for Franny. I love Franny. I love watching her play. I love Aki. Maybe that's her superpower. Aki. Aki. You know, maybe that's it.
Franny,
I don't
look,
know.
this section from Sloane Stevens to I would say yes, up to Coconut, the hench women. You know, like the boss always have like a bad bitch that's by his side, who's like his head of his security guard.
Yeah.
Like she could just kill someone. These are the women in that section. These women all make up it.
That's a strong
Daddy
section.
me.
You know what I
This is
call
a strong
Subakova?
What'd you call it?
What I call
What's her superpower?
Well, I said that she's Bloody Mary. She's sexy. She's sneaky as fuck. You know, she's gonna come in there. She had to take some time. Apparently, it just came out. She had to take some time and think about whether or not she wanted to play. She decided that she does. I mean, her wedding dress could have been in a porn movie.
Well, you know what? My thing though is, I think what Dami. I mean, she gets to third round against Coco.
Kai Kanepi was playing good this year, and then she got her. So Kai Kanepi could be a dangerous.
Kai Kanepi's always a little bit tricky, isn't she?
Very tricky.
Listen, I have decided that Coco Vandeweghe, I don't know what she is other than a mutant human.
I thought you know what her special superpower is? Rage absorption.
I don't know.
Like she
has rage absorption, and then she like projects that on the court. Is that what happens? Because she's a fucking hot mess. Jasmine, can you sort this out for me?
I wouldn't put her as a superhero, but I would put her as that silent chick from Die Hard 3 that just was like at Jeremy Irons' side with those double curved blades and like didn't say anything the whole movie, but she was like slicing bitches all day.
Yes, Coco is a henchwoman. She is quintessential.
Well, you know what? Luckily for her, she has a bunch of people she can cut right through. She's gonna cut through Tamia Babos because Tamia has no time.
Nothing.
She's such a whip. Tamia, I mean, I'll never forget the fact that Tamia was up serving and lost the match at Wimbledon. So
I mean, look, you people just missed a good popcorn match.
And Dami.
I mean, y'all missed that matchup between Samantha Stoser and Monica Puig. I mean, this is battle royale down here.
Mental versus mental.
I'm telling you.
Who's going to get over the hump?
This match has the potential of being 16-18 in the third set. I'm telling you.
Honestly, I gave Stoser a chance to have one more win. I think
in Australia. What's wrong with you?
I was like drinking something. I think
kryptonite. I mean, Stoser is like one of those like people like the sun comes up and she's a hot mess. She's like a vampire.
But the thing is, you know what's been great?
This only happened in Melbourne.
But she has no pressure right now. I mean, a couple times, you know, she's been doing well, and so people had a lot. But you know, she's coming from injury. She hasn't been playing all that well. All eyes are on Ashley Barty, the other one. So I don't see why she couldn't sneak. I mean, I don't think she gets past Dominika Subakova, but she definitely. I feel like she can take care of business with Puig. Puig's also in a slump too. I feel so bad for Puig. You know, now she's asking if the Olympics was like a. It's like,
and she should be.
Sort of
because the Olympics do crazy things to people, right?
It's always
also she's got Puerto Rico in her mind too.
Well, why don't you call Maria?
That's true. Oh my God, leave Maria out of it.
Maria would trade your gold for her silver.
The reason that Monica Puig has a chance to get out of round one is strictly because she's playing Sam Stosur, and Stosur cannot perform in Australia. She cannot. She doesn't have a superpower. I wouldn't call this a power, but she has this something that allows her to invisibly melt into
the court. She's a kryptonite.
Yeah, maybe Australia is her kryptonite. Maybe that's a good way to put it. I mean, I don't know. Like, Stosur she doesn't do too much anywhere, but we know that she can always be a threat outside of Australia. Well, hello, American, Jesus Christ. US Open.
What do you guys think? How do you think that Taylor does against? I mean, I just don't know if she has a shot against Barakova. She could play well.
I think she has a shot, but it depends on her.
I think Magdalena takes this one easy, I have to say.
I think it depends on how hot it is when they play.
For whom? For Taylor? You know what? It's so funny. Does Rybarkova respond poorly to heat?
All of the Eastern Europeans do.
No, you know why? You know why I don't know? I'm gonna give her a pass on that because she used to perform really well in DC. And you know DC is hot and muggy. It's a different kind of heat, I know, in the Australia, but she used to perform really well at the City Open. So heat might not be her problem. But I mean, I don't know how well she's doing ever since she had a nice run at Wimbledon, but then she disappeared. So I don't know what happened to her. But maybe this is the CC Bella section, Realz.
I mean, I'm just confused. Caroline Wozniacki really is the number 2 seed?
Of course.
Really? What happened to somebody?
Because somebody died? Listen, no, Caroline Wozniacki deserves to be the number 2 seed. She has almost all the points.
The points.
From losing all those finals.
Listen, it doesn't take much. Serena's not there. Anybody can have almost all the points.
But it's divided up.
Wonder Woman that's not there.
Or no, I mean, so I think Wozniacki, it makes a lot of sense. Wozniacki's performed I think she's one of the top players last year. She should be number 2.
I have her listed as Supergirl because she's powerful and she's bubbly, but she's always and forever in someone else's shadow.
Oh shit.
It is unfortunate because Supergirl is like technically stronger than Superman, but
well,
you gotta have a man. You have to have a man.
I thought her, you know, like her superpowers are she's like an efficient mover. She uses less force and energy in moving. That's what the Yankees power. This is what she does.
And Andreen's like choking on her own words here.
But actually, to be honest, I mean, she ends up having to meet Pavs. I think she and Pavs meet in the 4th round. No? Who do you guys see getting through that?
Pavs. No, that's not true. I have Pavs and Waz actually meeting in the 4th round, and I do think Waz gets through it. But I also have, you know, like, okay, so right above that.
Yeah.
And I know we don't usually go this far, but that's fine. I've got Ostapenko and Coco. And I think Ostapenko can take that. So in lieu of that, I think Ostapenko takes out Waz. Because, as I've said a million fucking times, Waz can't handle a big hitter.
But Ostapenko's sloppy and messy.
I don't care.
Yeah.
All she has to do is hit it big enough in the right moments, and she wins because Caroline can't handle that shit.
But you know what? I'm being generous. I don't even see Ostapenko getting that far. So
who's going to take her out? Who do you have?
I didn't want to say all that. I didn't want to say all that. I see a qualifier.
No, I actually have Ostapenko. I actually have Ostapenko not making out of the 1st round.
Wow. You think? Oh, you know what? I can't even talk to you.
No.
Moving on. Let's look at this. Let's look at the other side of the draw.
People, and y'all need to stop pretending like qualifiers would not matter.
But what
don't even know who the qualifiers
Wait. Which qualifier do you have performing there? Ostapenko doesn't play a qualifier, right?
But in her section of moving through.
You have the qualifier getting through that entire section with all of those experience players?
Ability.
Shit.
All right.
Whatever.
This is a mess. But you know what? Before we flip to the other side, Jazz, did you have any other superhero powers here on this section of the draw? I quite like.
Yeah, what you got, Mama?
I quite like.
In this section, I didn't have too many. I have quite a few for the top section. Oh, I would have said though that Sibylkova, I would have put her as Poison Ivy because basically she's like eye candy, but she could still be deadly sometimes.
Oh, she is good at that. Yeah. And you know what? That's actually like a really nice little section for Dami if she could get on a nice run. Because I think she's more experienced than a good chunk of the people there. Yeah. You know, on a good day, I don't see why Dami couldn't go up against Coco.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
Coco's feeling.
She is the 2016 WTA year-ending champion.
Oh, shit.
Just saying, girl. Back it up. And you have been a finalist here. And you're supposed to be healthy, so.
But you know what? It looks like it's going to be possibly a repeat of people. I mean, I can't help but think that Coco's going to get another deep run.
Well, there isn't a whole lot of reason why she shouldn't, but she can
that section. Yeah, I mean,
but there's one reason why she shouldn't. She's coconut, and she just shouldn't.
Exactly. And she's coconut, and she doesn't. You know, she can as well as she can play. She can play on that same level.
Coco's like Shanley. I see you in the next couple of years. Okay, she does well one
You know
year.
what's so funny though? They have it set up that we have a rematch between Venus and Coco again. If everyone if they held through, you would get that rematch, which I guarantee you Coco would try to do a little bit better snatching job. But so who knows? That's a nice little section.
Well, Yvette says she has Dami beating Coconut and losing to Ostapenko. I like that.
Ooh, Ostapenko.
I like it. I like it.
Like that's a good section if Ostapenko goes on fire, but I just haven't felt
What's
like
Tony talking about? Tony says Ostapenko plays Franny in round 1. Tony, I think you maybe filled out your draw wrong.
No, that's right. That's exactly who she plays.
Is that right?
Yeah,
oh, did we talk about that? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right.
You owe Tony an apology.
I'm sorry, Tony. Hey.
He's our partner. He's our tennis watchers.
Ad break, tenniswatchers.com. Check out tenniswatchers.com for all your Australian Open needs. You can find out who's playing who, what round, what network, if there are rain delays, what you might want to do during the rain delays. And you can also order the tenniswatchers.com
Hold up 1 second.
for a discount of 15% if you use the promo code Realz Down Under. Ad break.
I don't know about that anymore because I see Tony's asking where's Serena in the draw.
You know what? Don't pay attention to that shit.
That's a very good question, Tony.
Don't fuck up your business, Tony. Don't let your emotion mess with your business, okay? Serena is in her drawers in her bed, okay, with her baby, hopefully.
Woo! Okay, moving on. So
the top half of the draw.
Oh, poor Halep.
God, I looked at that and I just thought we had the soundtrack. That would have been like wah 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 wah.
Listen, no way she gets out of this.
Wait, what? Listen, the only question is has anybody seen Petra? Where's Petra doing?
I don't give a fuck. It's Halep.
Petra got dragged by Georgie, who was look. Y'all don't sleep on Georgie. Georgie is here to make some money, and she could be fucking up some people's draw. So
why shouldn't she? I think she has a shot. But the question is, how is Petra doing? Will the heat cause Petra to fail?
Yes.
Well, it's raining, so it's cool. Petra might have that sympathy. If Petra is if she's no dumb girl, she'd go to Craig Tiley and put on some tears and ask to be on those night sessions.
I was trying to think of what superhero Petra might be, but I didn't know of a woman with a transforming hand. Jasmine, can you help me out?
Well, you could Misty Knight, but she's not cool enough to be Misty Knight. Misty Knight has a robotic arm.
I made Petra. Oh my god, I made Petra the Hulk because she had the ability to pound.
Oh, well, she can be She-Hulk. Yeah. I can get behind that.
Pound groundies. That's all she does, man. If on a good day, that's what Petra does. On a bad day, she's gonna look ragged, and Halep could run her from side to side if need be.
I see Petra as one of those spies who come off as being nerdy, and they send her into the honey trap, the honey pot, where she takes off the glasses and takes out the hair and shakes it, and then she's looking at vivacious, sexy girl. Yeah. That's how I see Petra. Petra, you ain't fooling me. You're a no good country girl. I know your type, Petra. I know you, Petra.
So Nectar says I have Petra beating Halep, but I just don't like Halep. Yvette says, me too, Nectar.
Yeah, I mean, funny enough, I do too. I have Petra and her meeting in the third round and Petra getting through that match. Because if Petra gets through the third round, then she must be playing okay enough, right? The heat must not be bothering her. And I would never pick Halep.
But you know what? These women never come out. I mean, like, an unpopular opinion and people might get mad, but you know what? I don't give a shit. I wish the WTA was like the old WTA. You know what I mean?
Stop. What does that even mean?
I mean, like,
oh my god, Petra loses to Halep. Petra beats Halep and loses. I think that's supposed to say Barty. Is Barty in there?
I don't know why Barty is a thing.
Oh, because
someone explain to me why Ashley Barty is a thing.
Because she is a thing.
Because Ashley Barty is gonna. Apparently, the person thinks that Ashley Barty is gonna get through Georgie and then Osaka, and then they're gonna meet in the fourth round. That's the only place that Barty and Petra could meet. That means that Barty's taking out Georgie and possibly Osaka
and Vesnina.
There's Nina. I don't know. Barty's playing a final right now. What do you think? That turnaround time?
Is that going to make her tired or is that going to make her invigorated?
It's hard to know, right? I mean,
is that going to invoke a superpower into her game? Like, what would that superpower be? Like, I don't know enough about Ashley Barty's game to put her on a super any level of super anything.
There's nothing to know.
Okay.
Just...
I think she's a good
regular.
mover. You know what though? You know what's so interesting? I think she's regular too, but if people wax poetic about her,
and I'm just because she quit. She quit tennis, went and played cricket, and then came back to tennis.
I know that. Is that all it takes for us to suddenly want to be like?
Everybody wants to think that tennis is like the end all be all. So the fact that she left and had a whole other career and then turned around and came right back, people are like, "Oh my God, she came back. She realized."
I mean, I like her fine, but I don't want her to win.
Tennis money is a lot quicker and bigger and more regular than tennis. Well, I mean, come on, let's not be silly.
I'd like a Petra Osaka 4th round. That's what I would like, but I don't know how Osaka's. I mean, she was kind of messy. She was kind of messy at the Hopman Cup because she was sick, but she beat Pavs even being sick. So.
I saw her play, and I mean, like Osaka. I did see her match.
Reliable.
That's superhero. Yeah, she's not reliable. She's one of those who's
the most unreliable superhero out there, Jasmine?
Yes, Jasmine, please. Who is it? Because that's Osaka.
Maybe God. you had a better
she's cool, she's beautiful, but she just doesn't come through.
I don't know. It would have to be some like D League, or she could be somebody like John Constantine, where like you'd rather sit around and smoke cigarettes and drink than do much of anything else,
or make funny faces at the camera. No, yeah. You know what? I don't really know. I mean, like it'd be really nice. She had like a semi breakout at the U.S. Open, right? And she doesn't have a difficult.
Well at the majors, though.
Is this where we are? Like seriously, though, is this where we are? We're talking about semi breakouts. This is where we are in the WTA.
Osaka generally plays well at the.
Could you Serena Stans chill out? We have to deal with the ones we have in front of us. Okay.
Serena Stans don't know how to chill. Okay, I'm sorry, but we don't.
What is a semi breakout? Define
a 4th round. A 4th round. A Sasha Zverev. A 4th round. You pull a Sasha.
A semi breakout is like Heather Watson having Serena on the ropes in the 3rd round of Wimbledon, and then fuck it all up. That's a semi breakout, right?
Tony, don't listen to them.
A semi breakout
that you keep referring. That we'll always refer fondly to.
Yeah. You haven't chilled out since 2009. Oh, Tony, this one is.
Tony, honey. Be my age.
I mean, look. I mean, I am gonna go. Hey, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna pull for Halep. I'm like, Halep, girl, you gotta step
up. The front door.
I actually have Halep listed as Plastique, who's a DC villain, and she has like these projectiles that she shoots from her hands.
Jasmine, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
She's unstable. She's very unstable.
That's perfect.
She can totally be unstable, but she wishes she could be a villain. She wishes.
Look, I'm gonna say Halep is that prodigal hero who was lost in the wilderness and she's trying to find her way back, and she's trying to, like in those old martial arts movie where the star gets beat up and then he goes off for fresh training. I mean, Halep is wearing Nike, so
Tony,
she's gonna be like,
everyone has a new Nike contract. Everyone has one. It's not unique.
So, and I'm gonna pull for Halep in this section. I think Halep is going to get everybody. I don't see Konta getting out of the Madison Bringle. Might bring it. Girls like to get that one good 1st round match, just knock somebody out, the top seed, and then they flop the next round. So.
The question is like I think Joanna Konta is also slightly injured. So I mean I think she did preventative withdrawal, right?
When I was filling out my draw, I'm like, okay, so we know that Konta needs to be playing well leading up to something to do well.
Generally,
she's really good at carrying that through. And I don't really know what the fuck she's been doing, so whatever.
No, she had like a the same time that Andy Murray withdrew or announced that he was going to be going away, she also had some issues. So they were, the Brits were all in the dumps. But I think it was preventative for her, and I feel like she has some points to defend. So I think Konta tries. I think Konta gets to the third round. Where do you have her going?
I have her in the fourth round.
Yeah.
Where do you? Madison Bringle takes her out.
Takes her out. Okay. Mm-hmm. Madison. How far do you guys have Osaka going? What did you guys decide in the end?
Out in the first round.
You have her going out in the first round. Kukuma? Yeah, girl.
Oh, you ain't playing around. I have Osaka getting to the third round and going out to Georgie because she seems to be hot
right now. That's interesting. Okay. It's a good chance for Osaka, though. I mean, you're right, though.
I don't know about I really don't see Ashley Body doing anything here. I'm sorry, Ashley, girl.
You keep just look saying that.
She looks regular, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
It doesn't matter. She got herself to that Auckland final, though, as regular as she is. Or is it Sydney final? Yeah. She's playing the Sydney final. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Angelique Kerber and Ashley Body, the final that we wanted.
Listen,
I was going to say before we go on to the other part of this draw, can we talk about Jeannie?
Ooh, God, honey, no. I think we all.
So
what did you call
for my part of the draw, I did fill it out in pencil because. Okay, so tell me if y'all had this experience. I print out my draws and I'm like, why does it look like this? Why does it look like this? Like it looks different.
Yeah, it's a long way.
Something's different. It's all smashed together. And round ones are always hard to differentiate, like who's playing who. If you accidentally skip one person, you screwed up. But this time it seemed extra hard for me. Like I actually recruited Jason Reed to draw lines every 2 names.
I don't print my draw until the third round. I can't read it.
I know, right? And this one is extra hard to read. It goes the wrong way on the paper.
They used to do it landscape.
Yes, it goes the wrong way. So it's all smushed. It was so much easier. Mm-hmm. Australian Open, you're getting it all fucking wrong. Anyway,
you know why? Do you know why they did it this way? Because in the past, when it was landscape, when you try to print it out, sometimes the numbers will show up.
You're right, but I don't like this. I'd rather not deal with the numbers and have a little more extra room.
So what happened?
That's why you were getting confused when the numbers weren't there.
This was even worse, man. I'm telling you.
So what happened?
I'm looking at this and I see Halep and Bouchard are probably more than likely going to meet up in the second round.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Bouchard is going on in the first round.
No, I don't think she is.
Girl? I have her going out to Donut.
Oh, God. Okay, so there went my theory. Never mind.
What's your theory? Give me your theory. Give me your theory.
I'm thinking that they're going to move on, and I'm thinking no credit to Jeannie, really. I'm just thinking it's Halep, and she's been solid, so it's time for her to flop because that's what she does. So I'm like, I did in pencil because I didn't want to screw up everything because it's hard to read. So I needed to be able to erase because I like to do my draw in ink because I want to be committed, right? But I had to go with the pencil today. Anyways, shut up.
Janina gets on my ass every frequent major.
I do.
Really does his
wait. So are you trying to tell me that you have Halep?
No, I don't. I decided not to do that, but I struggled and I wrote it and I erased and I wrote it and I was like, this is why I do my shit in ink. Because you got to commit the first time. Because I do not. I mean, I know I don't like take a picture and show people, but I don't scratch shit out and do it over. Like if that's what I write, I'm committed.
I cannot believe that you were confused about that. Jeannie hasn't won a match in.
Listen,
thank you. Thank you. I'm confused how you're confused.
I am confused because it's Halep. And there are expectations. And when people have expectations of her, she fucking flops.
She does, but not with these people.
Only confused. Only person who is confused about what to do with Jeannie across the net is Maria Sharapova.
No, I don't believe that. No, I don't believe
Because
that. I
everybody
am
else,
thinking.
I'll beat her.
I am purely thinking about Halep, purely because she can fuck herself up in her own head. She doesn't get to call a coach on court, and you know she likes to do that even when she won a set like 6-love. Oh, somebody come tell me I'm doing good, right? She doesn't get to do that in a major, so I'm like, it's Halep. Jeannie can play good ball if she chooses to, if she can get her shit together.
I mean, the only thing about it is that it's not a power match, right?
But y'all think that Jeannie doesn't even get there, so my conversation is pointless.
Look, I don't know if it's because, I'm not drinking tonight. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me, but I'm going to make a crazy bold prediction. Simona Halep is winning Australian Open.
What?
I can see it. I can see it. I want Venus to win, but I can see that happening.
Simona Halep, I don't know. Let me see. Who does she got to get through?
I don't think she does.
Okay, but wait, let me tell you guys about the superhero that I put with Jeannie. So, there is this really shitty Marvel character. And her name is Jeannie. And her superpower is that she can make seismic waves, but she can only make these seismic waves when she's drunk. I was reading a description because I was like, that can't be right. Like, that's stupid. And the description says she's more preoccupied with becoming rich and famous than doing anything altruistic, like saving the world. And then I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like her.
Yeah, Jeannie don't care anymore. I don't think she cares anymore. It's unfortunate. Eve, you don't get an opinion because you've been saying crazy things earlier. You were drinking tequila out of a wine bottle, okay? Simona.
No, you guys have fantasies about Halep, both of y'all. You got Halep going down to Jeannie, and you got Halep winning. I don't know what to do with both of y'all. But let's keep going down the draw. Well, you know what though? I feel like Carolina Pliskova has been so quiet.
Does that mean it's time for her to make some noise?
It's time for her to make some noise. She really should. I think it's time.
I've got her quietness listed, so I put her as Katana.
Yes.
Oh, Mortal
Kombat.
Well, actually, no, I didn't do Mortal Kombat. I did the DC Katana, like the one from Suicide Squad. Because she's quiet, deadly. She's cold, she's precise, and she doesn't waste time with dramatics.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
I love you. That's why you're here tonight.
But Janina, why don't you put your Janina, why don't you give your caveat about Pliskova?
What movement?
Well, okay. I'm a little bit nervous, but she has been quiet, and I feel like it's time for her to make some noise. And I feel like she is a superhero that can invoke the powers of being invisible and slide through. And I think she makes it until at least the quarterfinals without anyone really paying attention to her or noticing anything.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
I can see that too, yeah.
Yeah, because you know what? It's an unfussy section. I mean, there's no real name that is gonna worry anybody.
She knows the Fashova's game pretty well. I think
it's actually it's all the Czech ladies. You know, she knows Barbara's game. Well, I think Barbara takes out Kanta, so I feel like she meets Barbara in the fourth round. Who do you think she meets in the fourth round? Koplis, if she quietly gets through.
I think actually, so I think Pliskova meets Kanta in the fourth round, but I think Pliskova handles her.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Interesting. So we got but Realz don't fill out this draw. So do you
where do y'all have Stricheva going?
Who? Stricheva? I have Stricheva going to the fourth round. I have her going for last year she did pretty well, but I just feel like it's not a problematic draw for her. She's got Hogenkamp, then she's got and I actually think Lara actually is she has a US Christy Hahn. I don't know. I feel like she'll comfortably handle that. And then she gets a Spanish player who's more comfortable on clay. So, I mean, and that one actually is really more comfortable on clay. And then the real question is whether she gets through Kanta, depending on how Kanta is doing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I also feel like Gasparin could take out Kanta if Kanta's not well. So,
I have Barbara listed as Squirrel Girl from Marvel because she's scrappy and nobody takes her seriously.
Oh
my gosh. Let me see. What do I have? Do I have a name for Barbara? I think I did. I had a power for her. Oh, you know what? I didn't give her a power.
You didn't give her a power. She's so fucking pathetic. She doesn't get a power.
No,
I didn't give her power.
She's the girl in the back. She's the girl in the back who's calling the shots. She's
so creative, though, Barbara.
She's linked in the watchtower kind of thing. She is at base. She's giving you the assignments and information. And if she comes out, you're in lots of trouble. Barbara looks like a rootless person. She looks like she is. She's a do or die girl.
You're saying Barbara is more like Oracle. She's calling all the shots.
Calling all the shots. I don't trust Barbara. I don't trust that at all. Not in the least. But in the bottom section is going to be interesting. Is this where Maria is? Yes, it is. Maria's in this section.
You know, Maria's power is a sonic scream. That's what I get.
No way. Maria is 100% Emma Frost.
That does look up right. She's made of diamonds.
Yeah.
You can't get through that. Yes, she is. She's ruthless.
Is that from X-Men?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, she's cold and icy.
Cold, calculated, fucking
terrifying in name. She's unbothered by these basic bitches, and she has enough money to make all of her problems go away.
There you go. Yep. You know what? Actually, this section is really tricky for Kerber.
I am so uninterested in Sharapova that I didn't even realize really where she was.
Honey, I have Sharapova going out early, but you know how these girls bow to Sharapova, so
yeah, they do.
True. So I think she gets through Maria, Tajana.
Yeah.
And then I don't know about Sevastova though, because isn't Sevastova the person that took her before?
Yeah.
Didn't Sevastova took her out? Wow,
Emma Frost, Emma Frost for real. Amen. I learned about Emma Frost today.
Sevastova beat at the US Open. She beat Sevastova. She played a tough match and she lost to beat Sevastova again recently.
Why did they keep throwing Sevastova in her face? Yeah, but I have Sevastova taking her out in the second round. Nice and fit, Sevastova.
Straight sets too. Straight set.
No, I think Pova's gonna fight for this, but because listen, she knows Serena's not here. You know, this is the thing. Anytime you get into a draw where there's no chance that Serena is around, Pova is going to fight like an animal to keep this going because she knows how the other ladies are, and she's in a section with Muggs, who's having some sort of illness. Didn't she retire from her match? And then you got Aga in that section who's a little bit dodgy, just returning. The only person in this section that's remotely somewhat reliable is Kerber. Think about that, y'all. Pova is like sweating for this section. She wants this section. It's a good section for her.
And she can give this Romanian girl a free match. Ooh.
Oh my God. I have Kiki winning one match.
I have Kiki listed as Killer Frost also because she's cold too.
You think Kiki's cold? She's so warm and friendly.
I think she likes who she likes.
Mrs. Dominic
She is a cool-hearted bitch. Are you kidding me?
Is this for real? She and Dominic Thiem are really a thing?
Yeah. Nah, it's fake. He's gay.
Gay or European, Janina? Damn it. Get with the program. He's European.
Every time I hear somebody say that, especially that woman, I want to punch somebody. Stop with that shit, okay? Stop it. No such thing.
What?
If you see a man and you think he's gay, just let it be. Say he's gay. Okay? Because you don't want to wake up in the morning and be like,
announcement. Delpo got broken. There's a part of me that doesn't
What's the score?
Delpo losing. It's I think RBA is serving for the match. I think he might have broken. Yes, he is. RBA.
What
6'5".
You say you don't mind Delpo losing because why?
Because Delpo got on my nerves last year.
Wait, what?
Just checking.
When did y'all
break up,
Andreen?
We didn't break up. We're taking.
They broke up.
Thank you, Janina. Thank you.
Not a full breakup. I'm taking a break from Delpo.
This is not friends. This is not friends. There is no. We were on a break.
Delpo has become a villain.
A saucy villain.
Delpo is whiny. I told y'all. Delpo,
you know what it
and
is?
Jenny and
Delpo
Andreen.
is whining.
Delpo got a little whiny for
Speak the
me.
truth.
I don't like a whiny dude. I just don't. And he got a little whiny for me last year. And so I have to put him in the corner.
And I told y'all this is Delpo when he's eating out the snack box.
Oh my god!
There is nothing bad about Delpo.
True,
Yes.
True will never forgive you for that. Stop
Oh
the
my
sound
God.
effect. Wait, okay, so let me see what powers I had. I didn't have any real good powers for that. Let me see. For this section with the ladies. Oh my god, I called Key's powers Clubber.
Oh my god, I had Keys listed as Quake. Agents of Shield.
Right? She just clubs things to death.
Yeah.
Including herself, and then she knocks herself out.
Yeah.
But honestly, guys, let's be honest here. This is a nice section for Keys, no?
It is. If she plays well, she can totally
That depends on which Madison shows up.
Exactly.
You know what? And I have no idea because we haven't seen her. She didn't play any lead up. She just went straight to Oz, right? Because I've just been seeing her practicing in Australia at the Oz Open for the whole past week. I don't think she went anywhere.
Lindsay's trying something new, girl. Lindsay is trying something new. I mean, honest to God, Madison has the talent to really make
get
it
all
to
the way
these-
to the quarters, at least.
I think
quarters,
so.
yeah.
I think
to the quarters, unless
Because there's
unless she plays like Rogers,
Oh,
but Rogers,
Nectar said-
know her game. What?
Nectar said Keys lost to Kanta in Brisbane.
Oh, so she did. Okay, because I was like, where did she go? That was like such a long time ago in my mind. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Because I was like,
Nectar.
I haven't seen her. I was like, where's she at? Okay, I just been seeing her practicing. So, you know what's so funny? How was
Actually,
Keys'
it's a good section for Caroline Garcia, okay, who has been playing well.
Whatever.
That's true. Caroline Garcia had a great fall.
And I'm
She had a
telling you,
great
Caroline
fall.
Garcia would love to see Kiki in that fourth round because it's going to be on popping. Caroline Garcia gonna put her hair back, take her earring out, and she's gonna make that gap in Kiki's seat wider.
You would have to do live commentary on that match so you could translate all the shade that they're throwing at each other in French.
Oh my god!
First of all,
Nectar said Kiki hurt her back.
I know she had.
Garcia hurt her back though.
Or Garcia
hurt her back. I don't know. See, this is the problem.
Double has break point, of course, because it's RBA.
RBA, get your life, boy, get your life. Then it's going to be a tie break.
Oh, and the person that nobody likes to talk about, Aga, I have her listed as Catwoman.
That's perfect.
She is quiet. You never see her come in until she walks away with your trophy.
Sneaky.
Oh,
She's sneaky.
It's true.
She's totally sneaky. That's exactly right. I had Aga's special,
but you know what? I do think the win is coming from this half of the draw, though.
For sure.
Unfortunately, Venus is not up here. She's not.
For sure. I think so. Oh, look, the RBA gave himself an ace, so he got it to deuce. Yeah, so special powers for Aga was enhanced reflexes. I gave Muggs his power was power randomization, which is that it comes and goes.
Oh my god!
Interesting. I listed Muguruza as Big Barda.
Oh,
I don't know
Big Barda is.
She's one of the new gods in the DC verse. She's like a foil for Wonder Woman. She's good. She's bad. She's she can't quite decide if she wants to be a villain or a hero.
Oh, that's so good for her. Did you notice we all picked the same power?
Combat. And they fought to a draw, so she can fight with Wonder Woman. So,
did you notice that we both had similar characterization of poor Muggs, which is that she's random. She can go either way. Oh, and also for Kerber, the power I gave Kerber, I didn't even know this was a thing. Did you know there's an angle woman? Because that's how Kerber plays tennis, angles. You basically can just like create and shape and manipulate in geometric angles.
Oh my god, I had her listed as Elastigirl from The Incredibles.
You know what? She's exactly good. She's really good at that, right? She's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then she stretches her legs, an impossible thing. The only thing that I think can stop Kerber, honestly, is a power player. like a keys that just hits
RBA
her
won
off the
just for
court.
your FYI. RBA took it 7-5.
So maybe my little dark horse Delpo versus Federer part of the draw is gives a little life up in there. This was but you know what? I think Poots takes care of Kiki. Putin Zeva would love the idea of taking out Kiki.
I agree. That's what I wrote down.
You think? Poots. I didn't even give Poots a power because her power is annoying.
Kiki's a fucking mess. She doesn't need one. Kiki's been a fucking mess for like 11 billion years in my mind. So
how did
I don't know what's going on with her.
How did we all do? It feels like according to Realz, Complex is winning. According to Realz, you have Halep winning.
I have Halep winning. What's he talking about? I never predicted about winning anything. Not after she don't beat my Venus in front of my eyes. Go get out of here.
So let's get it right. Any other special powers you saw?
No, those were the only names that I was familiar enough with in this part to.
That's awesome. I love it.
All I know is Kiki has the ability to be a villain if she can get her game right and play.
She could have been a Poison Ivy, but
that's why I had her as Killer Frost.
Yeah, she could have been, but you know what? She's not strong yet. She's got to work herself up to that in the French. She's too weak right now. You know what?
Why is she draw? You have the flu.
I like the women's draw. I feel like whichever day you're gonna have like interesting matches. Generally, like there's people on both sides. There's stars on both sides.
I feel like the women's draw in general is wide fucking open.
For sure.
So that could be fun. You know, that can be very, very fun.
I would love it if like a newbie just like sweeps through it. Somebody you know what I mean? Like just goes out like a Lina, like when Lina like took her opportunity and just climbed all through the draw.
I miss Lina so much.
I actually, you know what? Surprisingly, I do too. I like her tennis, and I like the way she like handled herself. There's no one on the tennis court that's like that anymore.
Yeah,
they're a little chaotic.
But just no jokes about your husband or boyfriend, okay? Please.
Listen.
Oh shit.
But husbands are always the butt of jokes, no?
Always.
So we usually announce what? Fourth round. That's what we go.
Who you got?
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Ooh, he filled it out.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, Tony, we know you miss Serena Williams. We know. God, do we know?
I have Halep in the fourth round.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to do.
Oh, he didn't fill it out.
No. As I write it in, I'm gonna give Osaka a chance to get to the fourth round.
Okay, good. The next one.
And I have a qualifier.
You're so
shit.
Versus
shady fucking
bitch. Y'all be acting like y'all don't know WTA. I don't know why y'all pretending. I am gonna say, despite whatever Gabinia got, Muggs is through to the fourth round. And oh god, you know what? I don't like Kerber, so I'm gonna say Sevastova, get your life together. It's not gonna happen, but I'm just gonna put Sevastova here. I just don't like Kerber. I just don't. Madison Keys, I know you're gonna cry your way, but I'm gonna say yes. If you can't get it here, girl, I'm not gonna look at you again. And you know what? I'm gonna give it to Lucic Baroni in the round.
Oh my god.
Lucic
Baroni got to the round of semifinals last year. So
you ever coming back? Oh no, I you know what? I stopped because I was like subtly putting in Lucic Baroni in every part of my draw all last year, and she refused to participate. So I'm not.
You missed that one shot in Melbourne. Okay?
That was it. I'm done.
I am gonna be cool and say Hartman Cup and put Bencic in the round of 16. Wow. I'm sorry, Venus. But you're playing with your boys' penis and not with tennis. You're not playing with the boys' balls, not with tennis balls.
Wow, saying, she can do.
I am mad at you because
she could do two things.
If that man was in my bed with all that money, Venus, you would never see me except with shopping bags.
This does not need his money. That's just good.
Okay.
I'm because she's a friend of my good Judy. I'm gonna put Gergis in the front scene,
Thank
but you know
you.
how I feel about that one.
Mhm.
Sloan girl, bad girl, fly girl. I'm gonna say qualifier again.
Qualifier, you're so
Oh
basic.
my god.
I'm gonna put Svitolina in the round of 16.
Okay.
Because she's a friend of my good Judy, I'm gonna put Franny in here. She's gonna be the story of the Australian Open.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm
That would
here
be
for
great.
it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I will cheer that shit on all the way.
That would be great.
It's either gonna be Domi or it's gonna be Kai Kanepi.
Wow, you don't have Coco.
And-
Interesting.
Girl, I am never backing Trump. Never.
Okay.
Never. That's for the principle of it.
I got you. I got you.
I got Pavs in the round of Pavs. Please don't let me down, okay, girl? Don't let me down, okay? You wore that ugly dress, but that's it. That's what it. And you know what? Oh God, Caroline Wozniacki, you make everything boring. You're the boring girl that comes to the party who thinks she's the life of the party, and you're really boring. So I'm just gonna say Kiki is gonna get up in here. Kiki B.
Wait. Tony says Real's final qualifier versus bye.
It's true.
No.
I mean, it is profoundly rude to have a draw filled with the U.S. Open champ. I don't know.
This U.S. Open champion has not won a match since the U.S. Open.
I got you.
And she's not injured.
All right.
And she's not injured.
All right, moving on.
And
That took
Mr.
you like
Prodigy-
20 minutes to say what your shit.
And Mr. Prodigy, Dominic, team ain't dicking down nobody. That's a female, okay? So
All right.
Kiki might be getting dicked down, but not by Dominic.
Okay, let me get through this quick. Let me get through this quick. We got Petra versus Petra versus Osaka. I've got Barbara versus Kaplis. Even though I didn't want to, I have Muggs because somehow I felt like she'll hobble her way through. Muggs versus Kerber. Madison Keys versus Rogers. I am generous and I have.
Damn.
I know.
Rogers.
I know. Isn't that weird? Because you know what? Rogers can play, and if Garcia is a little funky, I thought maybe. So then you
could win one solid good match and then she loses. Come on now.
Then,
oh my God.
I mean, I think her hardest match is going to be the first round, actually. So Venus versus Gergis, which will be fun. I'm taking a chance. I'm taking a chance on Daria. Get your ass right against
I didn't even
Svitolina.
You picked Daria over Gergis?
Wow.
No.
Gergis is above that.
Yeah, Daria Casakatina, sorry. And then I have Krunik versus Coco. Krunik is a nice little player. And then I have Pavs versus Wozniacki.
Wow, Jasmine, what you got?
Oh man, I didn't get that far.
Oh,
okay, fair enough.
You did.
Since you're a guest, we
you
will
did
let you slide.
You did heavy lifting for us with the superheroes. So.
Totally.
But get your man section right, okay?
Get it right.
Okay.
Vanda Silva, Mr. Prodigy, don't even try it. And Tony said, you're out here picking qualifiers to make second week and have the nerve to tell Pavs not to let you down.
I know. Oh, go ahead, Janina. Wrap us up.
All right. I've got Kvitova in Georgie, Konta in Pliskova, Muggs and Kerber, Keys. Are you ready for it? Mikhail.
What? Wait, Mikhail's even around?
She is.
What? Wait.
Shut your fucking mouth. I'm doing the other side of my draw now.
Yes, that's awesome.
This is why I pick qualifiers, because Christina McHale is in the draft.
All right.
This is why I pick qualifiers.
Other side of the draw, I've got Venus and the lovely Julia. I've got Sloan and Svitolina.
Ooh,
Ostapenko and Coco and Pavs and Waz. Tony, don't be whatting me. Yes, McPhail. Fuck all y'all bitches. Listen.
See, we know.
Nobody has talked about Christina McHale in a long time, which means it's time for her to make some
Because
fucking
Christina
noise.
McHale don't even talk about Christina McHale.
No,
Come
this
on now.
draw is doable for her.
Who going to tell her?
It is.
Who
All right,
is going
me.
to tell her? Who? I mean, not a single person
Yes,
in the live
Yvette,
chat.
McHale chokes away big matches. Where's the big match for her to choke away? There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Andreen, that was a little bit dramatic.
Thank you, Prodigy.
Oh my god, I actually really was joking.
Somebody talk to this girl. Somebody talk to Janina.
No, I was reading.
Okay.
I was reading Conte's statement about what it means when people say a tournament is open. Really, let me interpret it for you. It means that aside from Serena, anyone can win. That's what it means.
It's true.
It's
You know what?
not
I'm
an
glad she can
insult.
see the light.
It's not an insult or a compliment. It just is fact. Without Serena, then it's anyone's game because you're
I'm
all
glad
on the
she
same level.
I'm glad she understands. I am so glad she understands. It is really good when you understand what you're working with. That's a bonus.
Gosh, but they don't get it. The
It doesn't-
reality is we're trying to let you know that Serena is a tier above you all, and then you all are at the same level, though. That's all. That's all
Well,
that means.
But you see,
You know
Serena
what?
be getting bored. Serena be getting bored and let them in, but they forget. They don't remember when all of a sudden they were up 5-2 and then lost 7 straight games in a row. Is it? They don't remember that part.
I mean,
don't-
when Conte's getting spicy and oppressor, you know things have gone sideways.
Right?
I didn't even know.
Don't get
I didn't,
spicy.
I didn't even know Conte had that much personality to get spicy.
But you,
Doesn't.
did you know she forgot Australian Open last year. She forgot that.
Good on her, though. Good on her for going at the reporter, asking her about what it means for the tournament to be open. It means that next weekend when we crown the Australian Open champion, it better not be Maria Sharapova, girl. That's what it means.
It is not going to be mine.
Listen,
I am gonna quit tennis if that happens.
It's not.
All right.
Y'all are killing Andreen. You hear this?
All right. No. I'm sorry, but go
You
ahead.
guys can quit fucking busting my balls that I don't have about McHale.
That's awesome.
You don't know what planet you're on, Janina. I swear to God, I don't know what planet you're on.
Janina,
Isn't this about superpowers?
I know you do you. What's her superpower, by the way? How's she getting to that? How's she getting that section?
Fuck if I know. It's one we've not heard of.
I tell you why. She's gonna make everybody sick. She's gonna make everybody sick. And you know what? She's from that planet where Blake Lively, is that guy's name? Or Blake Shelton is this handsomest man in the
Oh
world.
my god.
She's
Those
on
are
that
two
planet.
completely separate
That's
people.
the planet. That's the planet where whichever planet Blake Shelton is the most people's handsomest person in the world.
You are
That's
the
where
devil.
Christina McHale is gonna win Australian Open.
Okay.
To the
perfect.
man. To the
the
man.
man.
By the way, is there any men playing? Because I think all them sick are injured. I don't know what's going on.
No one's playing. Well, Stan has announced that he is officially going to play, so that's something, I guess.
Okay, God, he's begging for sympathy, isn't he? God, he's trying to find some angle of the publicity. It just won't
Hey,
work.
Dennis. Pay attention to Twitter. You would have gotten the fucking memo.
Oh.
Just saying.
Dennis, come on now, girl. You're my good Judy. How could you have missed
I mean,
this
you should
memo?
know better.
You should have been like, when is the party?
That's right. You should have known. So, anyways, do our men have any superpowers? Are they superheroes? Are they super losers? Let's find out.
Well, let's just spoil it
I'm
that
not
none
sure.
of the men are invincible because they're all damaged and broken and injured.
Oh, fuck.
So none of them have that healing factor. So you would find a Wolverine or Superman in this lot of them plays. Okay, they're none of them. He's not here.
I don't have those either.
He's not here for show.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Should be
really?
interesting.
Jasmine, I thought you would have
Sean's
said.
plane is late, in case you didn't know, so you can postpone that party planning for later, Dennis.
Wow, your plane is late to Melbourne? Oh, that's
Sean's
rough.
plane was late leaving New York, so therefore he may miss his flight to Melbourne from LA. So keep up, Dennis. Keep the fuck up.
Oh no. Okay. Are we? Did we start with the men's?
I'm just saying, I know. Ooh, what I want to know is Jasmine. What is Rafa to you?
Oh, I went outside his big two for Rafa, and I have him listed as a Valiant character called Bloodshot.
Fuck. What? What's his name?
His name is Bloodshot.
And what does Bloodshot do?
His abilities, he's like a former soldier. He's in peak physical condition because they injected him with nanites that are constantly repairing his body.
So he's doping. Oh,
no.
So Rafa's doping. You heard it from a Rafa fan.
I didn't say that. I said they were nanites.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
That was awesome. That's awesome. That's a good. What is this person?
Yeah, say it again. I won't interrupt this time.
His name is Bloodshot, and he's a character from Valiant Comics. Actually, they just announced that Vin Diesel is in talks if they bring that movie to a movie.
So let's all admit. Did we admit this before? Because I went away to get some water to stop the coughing. That the men's draw is poorly loaded. Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, the top half has like nobody except for Rafa, really.
Okay, yeah,
and Nick, I guess.
Well, okay, all right,
right.
Let's do it.
Okay, so my powers that Rafa has, which I think is going to help him get all the way to the quarterfinals. Mental manipulation. Every single person in that side of the draw is simply going to yield to Rafa's mental strength.
But you know what?
You know what? I have Rafa as Professor Xavier.
Yes, I like that.
But you see, it's kind of fucked up.
Tell me about it.
Professor X in X-Men. He's the one who's sending out the children to be killers. But he's trying to
did you miss the memo that I know nothing?
Well, they told me that the famous trait, the famous person, the famous villain or character that has mental manipulation is Jean Grey.
Right? Yeah, because she becomes Dark Phoenix.
Exactly. So that's Rafa. Rafa has been crippled all winter. But now we just found out that he and Dominic Thiem played a practice set, 2 sets.
And
it was fire. And Rafa won them. So I feel like Rafa has been given a great draw.
I'm surprised. Oh, wow.
No, but I think he's got you know what it is? He's got a great draw to play himself into contention. You know what I mean? There's no one in there that's problematic. So
that's not true. He has problems with Isner if Isner makes it that far.
That's what I mean. Like by the 4th round, that's what I mean. But like by the 4th round, that's week 2. He should be, you know what I mean? He should be good. It's like one of those situations where he'll play himself into the into Oz Open because there's no one that's going to be disruptive. If somebody was going to be really disruptive in like week 1 or 2, I would be worried. But I think Rafa's got some nice people that's going to hit him good balls.
Didn't Lorenzi beat him at a tournament last year?
Who, Rafa?
Yeah. So let's point something out.
What?
That was like years ago, I think.
I did pick Rafa to win. However, the head-to-head, this match that I'm about to project.
Okay. I was like, well, I don't know.
The head-to-head between Nadal and Coric, assuming Coric gets there, and I don't see why he doesn't.
Oh my God, you're so generous for Coric. I don't think I have Coric. I'm not generous for round.
No, he's fine. He's fine to get out of the first round. He's fine to meet Nadal in the third. Ooh. Their head-to-head is dead even. Mm-hmm. So, although I did pick Coric to come out of that, because it's Nadal, so, that's what you do, right? But I'm not going to be overly surprised if Coric decides to get it up and win.
You know what? I'm not. You know what it is?
But
we haven't seen Coric that much.
We haven't seen Coric. However, we have seen Dolgopolov. And Dolgopolov and Nadal are slated to meet in the 4th. And so here, all things considered, Rafa is supposedly not 100%, right? So we'll see how that works out in the first few rounds.
This is what I'm saying.
But I don't care. Dolgopolov is playing some amazing fucking tennis. And that little whippersnapper can beat anybody when he's on. Anybody on tour. And Rafa if he's not 100% and meets up with an on fire Dolgopolov, he can take it.
Janina, am I hearing that you're on the hair bandwagon?
No.
Hair?
Dolko?
Yeah.
No, she's not. I mean, she likes him. She likes him.
I do like him. I like his game. I do. And you know what? I labeled him in this.
Andreen, you want to tell her?
I
want me to tell her, Andreen?
Tell me what?
Listen, don't get past the second round.
He might. Well, in the second round, I have him playing qualifier. I don't know who it is.
How dare you? How dare you? Listen,
it's qualifier versus qualifier. Who the fuck is it?
No, you've done it wrong. Dolko is playing Isner in the second round.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. You're right. I filled out my draw right. I did. I mean, Isner is Isner, and I don't know. Something's been going on with him lately.
Well, yeah.
But
Chad, why are you encouraging this nonsense? 15%. Stop it. Look. Let me just put some. You know what?
Dolgopolov is the parasite of this.
Sweetie, you live on a planet where Christina McHale is winning shit. So no.
Dolgopolov.
No.
He is a villain. He can play spoiler. He is a parasite. He can suck everything fucking out of you. Everything out of you. His superpower is being able to absorb what you're doing and turn that shit around on you. That's what
so he's like
I'm really looking forward to in this section is that what I really want.
I want a 4th round meetup between an on point Dolgopolov and an Nadal. I want that shit. Whoever listen, in my draw, that's what I have. I have Nadal coming through it, but I am not surprised if he doesn't.
Well, I have Isner coming through that section with Rafa. And I think it's going to be cake for Rafa with an Isner. I haven't seen anything about Isner. I don't see Isner playing solid ball right now. So but I think he gets through because Isner's power is a kind of brain drain, which is that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Tony says, can we get to Andreen? I don't trust Realz or Janina's choices anymore.
Because you're far
First and foremost, listen
you know
to me.
what? That partnership that we had is over.
Look.
No more promoting your ass.
So Jasmine.
I'm just saying.
Wait. Jasmine, where did you have who do you have in your 4th round?
I'm with Janina on that one. I have Rafa and Dolgopolov, but I've been on the Dolgopolov train since it left the station.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen. He's playing ball right now. He's playing really, really well.
Well, it is, you know, and the moon.
Shut up, Chad. Yes, I picked fucking Mikhail. Okay, shut up.
Thank you very much, Chad. I mean, people out in the ether believe in the internet. I believe in what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm leaving.
Look, I'm just saying. Bye. Yeah, you could take Christina McHale with you on that crazy planet you're on.
What are you saying? Look,
I am here saying, look, y'all are missing a key important point here.
What?
Janine, I don't know what planet you're on, but ain't nobody up in here stopping Rafa Diva out. Ain't nobody. Just
not from getting to the semis at least. Rafa's saying,
but what I'm here,
a gift for him.
What I'm waiting for.
Well, he's good.
So I'm not even checking. I'm not checking for Rafa at this point. What I want to happen is Diego Schwartzman to get to the 3rd round and beat John Isner. And that for me is the best possibility of this section. That's all I want. That's all I want. I'm petty like that. I am petty like that. David versus Goliath. And that is the kind to do it that we want to see. That's the kind of power we want to see on court. That's all I'm checking for. Look, ain't no going to show it with no freaking forehand. That shit ain't happening. Rafa got insulted here last year. His whole 2017 got fucked up.
You know what? It is 2-2, and you know what? And every single time that I will say that every single time Chorich has met Rafa, Rafa's had problems. He met him in Basel when he came from Shanghai with the tonsillitis and everything, and then he also met him right after the Olympics, I believe it was, in Cincy. So he knows how to beat a subpar Rafa for sure.
However, But let's keep in mind that when you beat a top player like that, it gives you confidence.
For sure. So you've got that section. Okay, so the other section, the second fourth of this piece is basically what Chilich's section to dance around if he wants. I mean, it's real bad.
Up in there,
But you
know what? There are some people
bad.
that can get hot in there. Like you feel like George is going to slide through, but seriously, let's be real. Let's be 100% real here. Pablo can get hot. Simone can get hot.
It's PCB.
Boss can be hot.
It's PCB section because PCB is he's the person who has played the best of all. Again, my thing about Chilich, what did I say about Chilich's superpower? Because the problem with Chilich is I called him his superpower is like shadow camouflage, which is that he remains invisible in the shadows. He's powerful, and then when you shine the light on him, he welts away. Chilich. That's the thing. Chilich can quietly get through this section until guess what? He meets Rafa in the quarterfinals.
You know what?
Chilich is a walker from The Walking Dead. He doesn't even get like hero status or anything.
This is the problem with Chilich. This little section is a dead section. Think of,
No. My thought on Chilich, it is a dead section. It is a dead section. But Chilich is always good for one good upset. And if he's playing well, he should
upsetting PCB.
I don't find that to be an upset. You really do? I don't. I think he gets through that, and I think he gets to Nadal, and then that's where, if it happens, the upset comes.
Oh gosh,
it's Nadal.
It's Nadal versus I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I mean, the only possible person. I mean, listen, I have Ryan Harrison getting to the third round.
Oh my God,
that's how. Listen, that's
you're
how
gonna give Realz a heart attack.
But this is how generous this section is, though. I mean, Ryan Harrison has been playing well, sadly. And he's playing against a bunch of people who, they're okay, but they're dodgy. Duty Sella, he can play, but Harrison's playing a little bit better, I think. And I think Duty's been just a little bit off. And then you've got the possibility of a Cuevas or Yuzny. I mean, Yuzny, poor gosh. I mean, what's Yuzny been up to? So it's a pretty easy section right there.
I guess.
All that to say that
back. Love you, Maya. Okay, fine. Listen,
Chilich thing.
Want a bold prediction?
What's your bold prediction?
Chilich gets to Nadal. He takes Nadal out because he's always good for one big upset in a tournament.
Good for you. I like that prediction.
I don't have Chilich getting past Mueller.
Oh, okay.
Look at you.
Although Mueller really is only good on grass.
I mean, really. You know what? Really, right? That's where he does his damage. Grass and the post-grass season of Wimbledon. That's really where you see it.
Let's talk about
or indoors. Section. So Griggs, this. Oh my God, this little section is a cheat. This 3/4 right here, too many good people there. Griggs, Ferrer, Nick Kyrgios, Tsonga. Although let's be honest, are we doing like a goodbye tour for Tsonga? Like, I know Tsonga won like a ton of titles last year.
You think he's done?
The funny thing about you know what's so sad about this? Like, I saw this section of the draw, and at no point in time did I even think Tsonga. Like, sure, you should get out of here. Because I feel like
I didn't either, but I don't feel like he's about to retire, and that's how I feel like you're talking.
No. It's just like it's become clear to me that I feel like Tsonga has reached his peak. And now he's on the other side of it, which is sad because he won a lot of titles last year. But I look at him now and I feel like Grigor has bypassed him. I think Nick's already bypassed him. Do you know what I mean? Like it was their section. I didn't think anything about Tsonga in this section. And you know what? He might even lose to Stefanos if Stefanos beats Shapovalov. What do you think? The one hand Shapovalov versus?
I think Kyrgios takes out Tsonga. That's where I've got that happening. I think she'll what's his name? How do you say it?
Shapovalov?
Shapovalov.
Listen, Brad Gilbert, can you calm down with the best of
right? Totally. Just call me BG.
Canadian query.
No, Shapovalov. That's Shapovalov.
I feel like that's going to be a tough match for Tsonga, but I think he gets through it. I think he gets through it. He has the He has the
Sangha
better
versus...
game. He has the experience. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, when it comes to Sangha, are we really surprised if he loses to someone weird?
Yeah, no. That's the thing about it. That's the thing about that little section right there. I mean, it would be fire if Sangha beat Nick. It would be fire because that means that Sangha is
it's fucking on. Yes, but I don't think it happens. The only thing I'm worried about is the amount of tape that Nick had on last week and how it moved all around his body. That's what worries me. However, what kind of, so I felt like every time I watched Kyrgios, he had a slow start. Yeah. He's got plenty of time with 5 sets to work it out. So I don't worry about him so much. However, if he has a nagging, lingering something, it's absolutely going to come into play. But I don't know, maybe that was all just for show.
I mean, no, I have Grigor's meeting Nick. I have Griggs meeting Nick, and I think...
How could you not when that whole part is nothing but qualifiers?
It could be Ferrer.
It could be Ferrer. Ferrer could try. Ferrer plays... He's
if Ferrer takes off to be
a tournament like a month ago?
Huh?
Didn't David pull out of a tournament recently?
You know what? But he was...
No, David isn't. He just played... isn't he playing...
He just lost
somewhere he won him.
I think he just lost the RBA last night. Or no, he lost to Delpo last night. So I think he's playing well again. He's playing well again. So the thing is, it's actually a really nice section for Ferrer. And I wouldn't be shocked if Ferrer upset Grigor, just depending on how things are going. Because, if he's fit and Grigor likes to play long matches, it's the kind of thing where you might get an upset there. You know what I mean? Because Grigor is... But I feel like Grigor will feel comfortable in Australia. The courts are supposed to be a little bit fast.
Do we have a superhero here?
I have Grigor listed as Booster Gold.
As what?
As Booster Gold.
What's that?
DC character. He is this guy who is literally like an idiot. He is a showboat from the future.
Oh my gosh. Sounds perfect.
No, I have Grigor as having the elasticity as his superpower.
That's Novak.
No, Grigor is much better at it now. Have you seen Novak? Novak looks more mechanical now.
No one has seen Novak.
I don't know what we're gonna encounter. I'm just hoping that Donald Young has a good time.
Listen, we're not there yet, but we will be soon. So let's move on. So we've got so
brutal.
Realz, do you have anything?
I have Nick listed as someone.
Quiet. Whoa, Nick?
Oh no,
who's Nick?
So I have Nick listed as Star-Lord because everybody likes to give him shit and nobody takes him seriously. But if you give this kid a chance, he will prove to you that he is a hero.
Oh, I have Nick. That.
I have Nick as Nemesis.
Ooh.
Look, I
like him
this
for that.
is the major for Nick to either put up or shut up.
Shut up. It really is. It really is.
He needs to get it together here.
Good draw for him.
But, I don't trust.
Sasha.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
It's his fitness because
Nick?
you see, look,
You're
Sasha.
not feeling it for Nick because he's taped up like fucking Agara.
Yeah,
The other thing too is that
something. Yeah, that's it.
The other thing too is that at the Master Series, Sasha figured out how to win a couple of those and get through, people not playing well and just to buy this time. But at the majors, the older experienced men know
how to do it. Yeah.
They know how to wait it out. They know they don't have to go point for point every goddamn second. And it's why these older men have been winning. They just wait these kids, once it's best of 5 sets.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. Because if it don't even take just 2 of them to drag Nick, and Nick gets through 2 5-setter, Nick is done. Nick couldn't do what Federer did last year.
Well, you know what?
Do that.
I think Nick versus Troiki can go long, right? That's the kind of match he should finish early, but Troiki's feeling himself. It's second round. Why not take it to 4? Then you've got him playing somebody like a Sangha. Sangha's like, you're the new boy in town. Fuck that. I'm going to show you what's up. So it's I feel like he could get dragged into some long things that he shouldn't get dragged into, which would make his matchup with Grigor problematic. But, I mean, hopefully Grigor will have learned from the last match that he had with Nick, where Nick just completely discombobulated him. So I don't know. You're right. Like, it feels like a good draw for Nick, and obviously they think so because the Australian Open is allowing this side of the draw to have extra days of rest. So I think
that's what Nadal needs. Oh my god.
Well, no, but this is the thing. So I think they're anticipating a Nick Rafa semi. That's what they want, and so they're trying to create the opportunity for that to happen.
I'm here for Nick.
Is someone trying to light something?
No, sorry.
Oh.
No, that was me hitting myself with a pencil. Although, to be honest, I have Nick going out to Kevin Anderson. So
God damn.
That's rude.
I said, God damn.
That is
you rude. Know why?
Because the most exciting man on tour getting losing to the most dullest man on tour.
I know! But you know what? It's a great part of the draw for Anderson. Anderson has been playing well, and there's nobody down there to stop him. Nobody except Karlovic.
Kyrgios.
Nobody. I mean, in sense of getting to Kyrgios in the quarterfinals.
And hopefully Luca Pouille could get his life together.
Nah.
This is a nice section for Luca Pouille, but it's Luca Pouille.
Are we thinking Davis Cup had some magical powers for Luca Pouille?
No, we don't believe in that. Remember?
I don't know. He's still trying to find himself after running a train. And this is a children's show, so I wouldn't finish that sentence.
Okay. So let me see.
I'm just gonna say, go for a pair. You.
Oh, stop yourself. I think. Kevin Anderson. I think Kevin Anderson's power is cloaking. I barely noticed he's there until
I had him as elongated, man.
Ah, that's so good. So good. That weird neck that he has.
I have
that's
a superhero.
So
okay.
Way down at the bottom. And I don't know that he's a superhero. Maybe more of a character. And this is completely inspired by Realz in the way that he likes to talk about none other than Jack Sock.
Oh.
I said that Jack Sock is Bouncing Boy.
Oh my god!
Does anybody know?
One of the most useless characters ever.
Yes. That's my Jack Sock.
At least you gave him a name. For Jack Sock, I said just throw a dime and whatever sidekick it lands on, that's Jack Sock.
Oh my god,
that's brutal. But you know what's so sad about that? Let's be honest. So Jack Sock is what, the #1 American?
He's so nice though.
I know.
Yeah.
Ryan Harrison is the one that's the dick. Jack Sock's really nice.
Oh, he might be, but he's also an asshole on court. The thing with Jack Sock is, can he take enough strategic breaks per set to allow himself
He's got to bounce around. He's the bouncing boy.
You know, Jack has that strategic tanking set. So the problem with him is I think that Karlovic is just going to serve him off the court. That's the problem.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I think Sugita is taking him out.
Well, Sugita is fit. So if it's hot and Jack Sock has to do a lot of running, I don't know.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's the problem with Sock is his fitness in this heat. So I don't know. But what I was going to say is that as the #1 American, this would be a dream section for a really talented player. Do you see what I mean? Look at that section. Andy Roddick would have loved that section.
Andy Murray would have loved this section.
Yeah, it's a good section for somebody who is a strong player. I mean, Pouille, if he was about something, he should get through this section. So, but sadly, I have Anderson cloaking his way through this section.
Janina, I believe in you, boy. I'm gonna give Philip Kohlschreiber one half hurrah on his.
Listen here, motherfucker. I got Kohlschreiber in the 4th round.
Oh God!
And I agree with you.
I have Kohlschreiber listed as Hawkeye.
I don't know if I like that.
Man.
I don't even know
because he's silent but deadly, and he's got that really precise forehand. But you also always forget that he's a part of the team.
Oh my God, that's so true.
It's Kohlschreiber fully fit, but
Who knows?
I think I have to say for this section of the draw, though, things don't start popping off until the 4th round, and that's sad. but it really doesn't pop off until the 4th round. Like,
well, that's typically how the men still work, right?
Yeah.
The women start out hot and then they fizzle.
Yeah, the second week of this
And the
side of the
men-
draw is gonna be fire if people get through. But we gonna have to slug through a lot of bad matches here. There's a lot. There's not a lot of interesting matches.
I'll be asleep.
I mean, let me say. So first round, I like Ferrer versus Rublev in this little section.
Yeah.
The Stefanos versus Denis Shapovalov. I think that could be fun. And, you know, I don't know. Maybe Kyle Edmund steals a set from Kevin Anderson. That seems difficult. But other than that, like, I don't really see any other matchup. And I guess maybe Sugita versus Sock, depending on who gets out of there. But those are the most compelling matchup, I thought.
Yvette asked if Coley's played this year. I don't know.
If Kohlschreiber played this year, I was wondering about that too, because I'm used to seeing Kohlschreiber a little bit more than I have. I think he might have, though. I think he might have lost. Let me see. I'll keep going.
I am a Kohlschreiber fan. I'm a genuine Kohlschreiber fan, but I don't know. I honestly
He didn't.
don't know.
He didn't play. He hasn't played all year.
So his first. Oh my God. Okay, so he's out.
Oh no! You know what? No, actually, Kohlschreiber lost to Medvedev in Sydney, 6-2, 6-3. Actually,
Tony just said that. Lost to Sydney. Tony's so on it. Thank you, tenniswatchers.com, that we're no longer promoting.
Actually, you know what's so funny? Yeah. You're so bad. Yeah, Sydney. But that's actually a lashing. That was an early round. That's pretty bad. 6-2, 6-3. So maybe he'll surprise you, Janina. All right.
I would be happy with that.
All right, let's flip to the meaty
other
side of the draw. The meaty side of the draw.
The beefy side. I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff going on. I've got one person who has multiple characters, superheroes, and shit. I've got the side squad on this side. I mean, I've got it all.
Listen, I got 11 first round matches that look good to me on this side. 11. Well, I don't know if they look good, but at least they had names that were.
They look good on paper.
Yeah.
You have 11 first round matches you want to watch.
Listen, okay. Can I show you guys? Let me tell you.
Yes.
Dominic Thiem versus Pretty Paya. I love Pretty Paya.
I'm not sure about that. Are you?
I don't know, right? You got
oh wow, yeah.
I don't know. You got RBA versus Verdasco. What the fuck's gonna happen there? You got Donald Young versus Djokovic. He's got to at least steal a set, y'all.
No, he doesn't.
And then you've got Hyun Chung versus Misha Zverev. Misha Zverev is defending semifinal points. That's a lot. You got Kokkinakis versus Medvedev. Yeah, quarterfinals. Yes. That's a tricky, sad match because Medvedev is just in the final and now Kokkinakis is getting a wild card. That's a really interesting little thing. And then you've got Julian Benneteau probably, going down to Daniel Taro, but I love Daniel Taro. And then you've got that exciting teenager, Alex de Minaur, playing Berdych, who is ripe for an upset, dear Lord. And then you've got Tiafoe versus Del Potro. I mean, that's just like, those are just some like interesting possible upsets right there. And the only reason why I like Sandgren Barrancos
and
match.
Feliciano Lopez versus Sam Querrey.
Yeah.
I am so fucked up about that.
Why? Are you a Querrey fan?
No.
But
she's a fucking Felly fan. And I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to go.
Felly's losing. Felly's lost a lot in the first round. Oh, the other one is I think Barrancas can take out Stan if Stan's not playing well. So
yes,
absolutely.
Stan versus Barrancas in the first round seems like
tricky.
Because
and I believe Barrancas beat Stanley once before.
Was somebody beat Stan was it the French early first round? Let me see, something like that. Because Stan just decided today that he was going to play for sure. So that's not a body that's 100%. So that section is naked. So you're right. There's some fun. I don't know if they're fun, but at least they would be noteworthy. You know what I mean? So those are my names.
Black Superman.
Man, oh my God, you got Black
I had to
Superman.
bring Black Superman back because
Okay, perfect.
because listen, let's be 100 here, right?
What?
We have a first round matchup that in any other world would look stupid.
What is it?
We've got Novak and Biwa. Right?
Snatch this like you used to snatch Andy Murray at Indian Wells.
Snatch that shit. Be the Black Superman. Do that shit.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Take it.
Can't see it.
Listen, Novak hasn't played. He's played nothing. So no matter what, he's rusty. No matter what, he has no match play. Donald Young has played some warm-up tournaments. If we know nothing else, we know that he is buff as fuck. I don't even know who this is. Like he is like, is he doping? I mean, I don't know. Like, I shouldn't say that.
Oh my God, Janina, don't say those out loud.
This motherfucker is huge. We know he's a gym rat. That's not a secret. If there is a superpower about being in the gym, tell me about it, please. But he is so much bigger and looking so much stronger than he ever has.
Donald Young. He's got like
he's Donald Young.
He's top heavy. He's got like a massive wide shoulder thing going on.
Yes, I saw Andreen like tweet something about like, did he fall over? I mean, he's so big on top. He's bigger than we have ever seen. And he has a rusty
Janina.
No. He has a rusty, unprepared Novak Djokovic who has a new serve motion that he's about to try out for the first time in match play.
In 5 sets.
Yeah.
Donald Young is losing in straight sets.
I don't give a fuck.
No, he better.
All right, buzzkill, Realz.
No.
Let's calm down and let's not forget the theme here.
Sometimes it's not about the one you think might win. It's about the one who hasn't played.
It's just because Novak has not played. It's a good chance for him. If he can go up one or two sets, just go up 1 or 2 sets. You go up 1 or 2 sets, it's a long road for Novak. And you just don't know how that serve holds up over multiple sets. He played like one practice set.
Let me tell you how devious I think Novak is. I think Novak is doing all that bullshit just for publicity.
To being extra? You think he's being extra?
Being extra. Because he coming into this Australian Open, he's back for Rafa and Raja. Nadal is Raja, Diva, what's his name?
No.
Oh, God. Novak is being extra.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with Novak. Novak is coming here.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter if there's anything wrong with Novak or not.
Janina,
Novak hasn't played a fucking tennis match in 6 months.
Regular rules do not apply to Novak.
Yes, they do. He has not played. There is no substitution for match play ever, and he doesn't have any.
Roger rolled up in there and won the Australian Open just like that.
But he played Hopman Cup though.
He played Hopman Cup.
He played 3 matches. He figured out how to do that, and he wasn't
telling me.
He wasn't great, and he wasn't great in his first match either.
Amen.
No, he was not.
Telling me that Novak can hire some 2-bit players to show up and they pretend like they had a real match. Look, I can see he's stupid.
I know.
I can see he's running that shit. I'm telling you, Novak.
A week ago, Agassi was injured himself and not sure if he was going to be in Australia. So how much help is he going to be?
Agassi did that to get his money right. Novak didn't pay him, and Agassi was just like, "You're not gonna do me like you did Boris, boo boo. You're not gonna do me sour, okay? I need my money. You don't give me my money.
Agassi doesn't need money. Like,
okay, all right. Let's return to this. So you have a bunch of superheroes here. What's going on in this section for you, Janina? You have superheroes, superpowers. What's up?
Oh my God. I don't even know.
Realz just kills your buzz.
He totally did. Like, I can't even deal with his ass. Okay, so. Oh, fuck. Listen, I'm going to. All right. I said what I had to say about Novak and Young, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did use pencil. I did not erase. got Donald Young taking out Novak. I got him taking him out. This is his shot. I don't know if he goes much further than that. I don't think he does.
I'm not even fronting. I actually have him going up.
I have him going forward.
I'm just being wishful. I have Donald Young and Monfils.
I don't even know if it's being wishful.
Yes.
Jasmine, you're the voice of reason here. Talk to these ladies. They're insane. Y'all are insane.
Oh, let's wait to hear her pick.
Going on in the first round?
Let's wait to hear her pick before you say we're insane.
He went out in the second round last year.
Right?
That's the second round, okay?
Oh, the second round is so much further from the first. Oh my God.
Yeah, Rafa. Only Rafa goes out in the first round, okay? And Stanley.
Jasmine, please.
I don't know. I would love it for Nole to not win, but I don't know that I trust Donald Young to do it.
Thank you.
Okay, Jasmine. No, wait. Jasmine, you filled out your draw. Just tell us how you filled it out.
No, I didn't fill out my draw.
Oh, you shady.
You don't print the draw until the third round.
I printed in the third round.
Yeah. No, you know what? I mean, I don't know. I think I was giving Young a chance because I was like, well, listen, as Janina says, you're rusty as hell. This is if you want to win against Novak, this is probably your best chance because by the time Indian Wells rolls around, he'll probably be his indestructible self all over.
They've been playing on Monday. And it's been MLK Day. I'll be like, Young, it's
hello.
It's been aligned for you.
Breaking news.
Wow.
Tony says Realz picked qualifiers like 20 minutes ago. I'm calling Janina Andreen insane? Question mark.
I think actually this side of the
draw. I picked qualifiers for the WTA.
This side of the draw is starting first, by the way. This is the side that's starting first. Yeah. Because I think the bottom half, the extra rest is who gets extra rest? What is it? Like who's starting on Monday?
Whoever Nick is gets the extra rest.
I don't think we know yet.
Because we know who it is. Yeah, they've said who's going first. I think they said the bottom is going first, which means I don't know. I don't know how that turns out. But yeah, so you know what? You're right. Maybe they get an extra day, but tell me some magical superpower people. You're going to move away from Novak. We're going to
pick for Djokovic.
Go for it.
I have him listed as Dr. Strange because I want to know what kind of hoodoo magic shit he has going on in his camp.
Boom.
I want to know.
Boom.
Well, he's talking weird. He's talking.
We don't talk about those things in tennis.
He's talking weird.
I'm just saying
vitamins.
that Nole isn't gonna go out in the first round.
Okay.
Some ball kids, he's gonna bite one of them, but he certainly ain't losing to him life in the first round.
Or he goes out in the first round and gives him an extra long hug at the end and wishes him well.
And trip him over with his body.
Okay, so according to the schedule, Sunday, which I guess is Monday for us, is going to be Nadal's section. So yeah, so the Nadal section is
the top half.
Is the top half. The top half is playing on Sunday.
Okay.
No yim life. Look, Donald Young is gonna win 3, 2, and 3.
All right, we'll see. Oh my God! All our fans have heard you go down. So okay, so my so Dominic Thiem, I think Dominic Thiem, his special power is corporeal evacuation, which is his body's just gonna secrete.
Okay, so for me, for Dominic Thiem, I couldn't figure out where he was, right? I couldn't figure out if he even had a superpower. Or I couldn't do it. So I'm like, for me, this entire section is what probably Realz would call superhero scrubs.
Yep.
They just don't ever really
call henchmen.
However, specifically for Dominic Thiem, I'm like, so Wawrinka's coming off an injury. We don't know how he's going to do. He technically should be like the big name in this part, but he's not because we don't know where he is. So I'm like, Dominic Thiem, this might be your moment. RBA, this might be your moment.
You know what? I have a strong I have Dominic Thiem and RBA meeting because RBA is playing well. He's just won a title.
Yeah.
He's in pretty good shape right now. And actually he could probably beat Stan, but I think Barrancas takes Stan out. So I mean, you had like a wonky section here.
Chad, hold your horses. We're not to Gail yet. So for me,
yeah, Gail,
I'm looking at this section, and I couldn't come up with anything for Dominic Thiem. So I'm like Googling and searching, and I'm like, who does he relate to? And really, it's nothing. And I come across this little wonky thing that says like, find your superhero name. Nothing. But nothing really works for Dominic Thiem. And then it says, like, find your leprechaun name.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, oh, this might work.
I don't know what.
If it makes you feel any better, when I looked at Thiem and Sasha, now this might make y'all mad, but I couldn't place them either. So I put Thiem and Sasha are interchangeable in my mind. So you take your pick between the two biggest side pieces in the DC universe. One of them is Tim Drake / Robin. The other one is Dick Grayson / Nightwing. And I don't know which is which because they both are just not ready to take over the reins yet.
No, they're not. They're basics. No, they're not. Basics.
You know who I think Dominic Thiem remind me of? You know, Incredibles, the villain in Incredibles.
Oh God, superhero that's not.
Yeah, yeah. He wanna be, and he's working really hard, but he just doesn't get anywhere. That's
listen. I like that my leprechaun name for Dominic Thiem that I came up with, in McCharmless.
Oh my God, it's so true. Oh my God, you know what?
Is it not perfect? I mean, it's not perfect.
It's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna move.
It's perfect for Dominic Thiem.
Okay, so we were trying to figure out whether. Okay, so you didn't think Young could do it. What says you about whether Monfils could do it?
No,
I mean, what a good chance for Monfils.
I have more faith in Monfils, but if anything is wrong with Nole.
Okay, fine. But
I don't care if anything's wrong with
Monfils. What a good chance for Monfils to have another another shot at Nole in a slam.
Monfils is my Black Panther. Monfils is my Phoenix.
First of all, he's not leader quality. You can't give him anything
Yes, the fuck I can. No, I can't. Because he just won a title.
All Monfils has is supernatural speed. That's it.
No. I'm gonna let him be the leader.
Is the Flash.
Okay, fine. let me give him the super powers of a phoenix. Let him be the man who rises from the ashes and transforms. We have been waiting
and get rid of Nole. That's all.
Get here. I
have Monfils listed as Gru from Despicable Me because he tries really hard, but he just cannot get his shit together.
Why are you raining on my parade?
So for Debbie Downer, that is Realz. Yes. You have Nole being basically fixed. He's actually not injured at all. It's just been some massive PR stunt.
Because the problem with Nole last year was not a physical issue.
His elbow is the issue that became the issue.
Fuck Nole and his elbow.
His head still ain't right.
He had to.
I don't know why you think it is. Home.
Okay.
Oh, I ain't feeling right. I'm gonna say it's not like you can call your boss and be like, boss, I need a mental timeout. No, you do not. So that you call and be like, I think I'm coming down with something, and he said he's coming down with his elbow.
We have to move on. So we got to get through this section. So you're on the same Nole is faking shit. So Nole gets through this section. Is that what you're saying? Is that Nole is not injured? He's fine, and he gets himself to the final. That's what you're saying.
At least I would like to think Sasha could take him out in the fourth round, but Sasha won't get to the fourth round because it's Sasha.
Okay, so this is what Realz is telling us, gal. Realz has Sasha with a better shot of taking out Nole than Donald Young or Monfils.
You fucking crazy? He's crazy.
Okay.
So we need to maybe label Realz as a failed superhero.
Okay, Realz. I don't know
Really,
what
I ain't taking shit from anybody who's taking Christina McHale anyway. I'm just not. I'm just not. Not today, not tomorrow, not any day. Okay? Just not.
Oh
You legit stood up here and said, with
my god!
all your might,
You're never gonna live that
going
down.
somewhere.
Janina.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Because
Okay,
look,
so I have
If he does that shit.
Okay, so we have. So what are we thinking about this other little section here? It's got like Chung, it's got Cock, it's got Alex. I mean, to be honest, I think Cock is the best chance of getting through that section. He's beat Alex. Kokonaka's beat Alex just recently. Alex's game is not tight, y'all. It's not tight. And you know what? He might even have problems with Peter.
Okay, so for this next section of the draw for me, I totally manipulated it for my wants. I want a Sasha Zverev versus Brother Zverev. I want that.
I did write that in. I honestly did. But that means that my Chung would get affected. But I'm willing to sacrifice that Chung for the brothers.
I think
Misha
you know what?
that.
Misha has been losing to everybody and their mother. I'm just letting
I don't
you know
care.
that.
I think if he gets to his brother, he wins. Because Sasha doesn't perform in Grand Slams. Misha, historically, so far, like the last, year or whatever, does better. And I want that matchup. Like I just want to see it. I want to see it. And if Sasha gets through it, then maybe he troubles Monfils. Because I have Monfils through there.
Monfils can dial out. If Monfils can beat Grigor, he can beat Sasha. That's the thing.
Yes,
about Sasha.
but Sasha doesn't perform well in Grand Slams.
Exactly.
So if he can get there to Monfils, then he might be playing decent tennis.
Listen, I don't see Sasha getting past Kokonakis.
I don't either.
I think that was a fluke.
I mean, like this part of my draw is totally wish list shit. It's not realistic.
Okay, let me see. Let me tell you what Sasha's power is. I love this superpower. Beauty manipulation. At the most powerful, they could simply eradicate free will, making everyone slavishly devoted to them and willing to do anything.
He's a Vila. That's what he is from Harry Potter. He's a Vila.
Oh my god. Yes, a Vila. Yes.
He's a person he's convincing you that he's better than he is because of his looks. That's Sasha to a T. That's all the people want him to be. They want him to be the next star, but I just don't see it yet. I don't think he's going to do it here either. And he might do it at the US Open or Wimbledon. Easy. Although it can't move on grass. But I just think it's a good chance for Kokonakis to do something. He doesn't have to do that much. I mean, Medvedev is a difficult first round for him.
Yes, I'm watching that. I'm looking forward to that match, though. I think Medvedev take him.
It may be a long match, but I think the Aussie crowd is going to pump Kokonakis up enough. And Medvedev will have just played a final. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it's possible.
I'm right there with you, Andreen. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to go with the crowd pushing him through.
Pushing him through that match with the energy.
Because we know the Aussie crowd is off the fucking hook.
Off the chain. And he's actually fit for a change. I mean,
they may have their own superpower. They might.
They might slide it up in
I don't know what it is. They might have their own superpower.
Okay, so Misha's
all right, so what do we
superpower
is the bottom half of this?
Is sliding dash.
For the other section,
Wario and Super Mario Brothers.
David Goffin is Mighty Mouse for me. And I say he gets to the quarterfinals.
For sure.
Listen, for me.
Wait, you think he's Delpo? Sorry.
Oh yes.
You think,
girl?
I think so.
I don't particularly. Yes.
You know what? I actually think Delpo.
Oh, hold on.
Delpo struggles with Karen Kachanov in the second round.
Breaking news. Chad says Mikhail is due. That's where I'm at, bro.
Okay, you all get together and have a drink on me.
So this next quarter of the draw for me, I didn't really know how to name people per se.
It's a thick draw. That's a lot of talent.
It's a thick piece of the draw.
Mm-hmm.
But in a little bit of research that I got to do and what I learned about superheroes and their teams and whatnot, I called this part the Suicide Squad. And Fonini is the leader.
Die, everyone die.
Because it is my understanding that the Suicide Squad is made up of like basically felons, right? And this is all the shady folks. These are the shady folks. You've got Gofan. He wants to be shady so he can fit in there. I don't know if he really is, but you've got Fonini. Is there anybody shadier than him? You've got Pierre. You've got Burditch, who was like hiding funds in some offshore account.
He did.
Yes,
that's not true.
I feel like this is
Delpo wannabe. This is the wannabe.
This is our Suicide Squad. No. Our wannabe section is on top. In the first quarter of this draw, in the superhero scrubs, those are the wannabes. Those are the wannabes. But I feel like this is our Suicide Squad right here. Jasmine, am I at least a little bit right?
I hate Fanini. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah,
I hate him.
That's fine. Perfect for the Suicide Squad.
No, he's not perfect. The Suicide Squad actually has likable characters, not pieces of shit.
Oh my!
There's some likable ones. No, but there's likable ones in there, aren't there?
Yeah, not Fanini though. So I have Fanini. Right. Mm-hmm. I have Fanini listed as Hairstar, which is the main villain from Preacher, which is a Vertigo comic. And Hairstar is just this awful person. He's like evil and mean, and he's a racist prick, and he's also a sexual delinquent. And it just
oh my god, that's perfect. That's perfect.
That's all right.
Okay, what did I say?
Maya says Goff is not shady. The fuck he's not. He supposedly has a girlfriend, but he's always eating ice cream with Pierre Oog.
Okay, you know what Gofan's power was for me? Slithering. That's all. He's a snake. He's a snake.
He's slithering up into Pierre Oog's bed.
No, he's slithing. He's like crawling. He's wriggling. And you know what? He sneaks up and down. This is what he does around his opponent. You think that Gofan should be falling amongst all of these guys, but he's gonna end up on top. I mean, you even think he's gonna get past Delpo.
I do.
He's a smart player.
I do think he gets past Delpo.
You think we're gonna get our Gofan Federer quarterfinal?
Why? Yes, I do.
Yes,
I do. Yes, I do. And I think Federer destroys him.
Yeah, I think Federer learned the lesson. I think Gofan's gonna figure out that Federer was tired. But
I think Gofan Federer came in tired, and Federer just like, oh, it's my.
Federer is like the superhero, and Gofan in this match is the superhero in training.
We'll see, though. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the
Batman
thing about
and Robin.
No, the thing that's good about it is 5 sets. Everybody gets good.
It's
5
good
sets.
about 5 sets, but Gofan he's been far too vocal about his admiration for Federer, and
it didn't stop him from taking them down at the World Tour Finals.
Nobody cares about
that. Was the point. That was the point because Federer slept on Gofan. Was just like, oh, it's my stalker.
That's right. Again. Won't happen again. Won't happen again.
Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, we've got Sam Querrey, whose special superpower for me is the void. So he's like the strongest person in that.
Sam's superpower is mayonnaise sandwiches. Let's get that shit right. Let's get it right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He smiles and he's got this megawatt mayonnaise smile, and it just totally throws his opponent off.
Oh my god.
And you're like,
and then he makes
what do I do with that?
You know what?
That megawatt mayonnaise smile gets him to the 4th round to meet Federer.
Oh yeah, I mean, Query's the best one in the set because you know who's not performing well this season? Raonic, Lurch.
Well, Yeah,
Lurch,
I mean, come on.
nothing for Raonic is not really up to snuff. It feels like to me.
Yeah, I actually had Raonic listed as a dead man.
Yep.
He-
Dead man walking.
I don't even know that he deserves that much.
It's just, it's a difficult time for him. I mean, but you know who's playing well? I mean, Gasquet, but Gasquet rarely takes it to Federer except for that one time.
He's not going to. Maya, I'm sorry. Gasquet does not take out Federer.
Well, you know what?
No, he doesn't.
Third round action. Gasquet versus. I mean, let's just make sure Gasquet gets past Hassa.
Exactly.
But you know what? I don't think Bedeni is like a fun first round, but it'll get Federer moving.
I mean, listen, I don't know. Like, okay, so seriously, like mayonnaise man, query.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might struggle a little bit, but I think he gets through. I think he definitely gets through to the fourth round.
I think he struggles against Thompson because Thompson's an Aussie, and Thompson.
Yeah,
I think
the crowd, the whole thing. Yeah,
I think that
agree.
Could be good. Yeah,
I agree.
Could be a good match for him.
But I think he gets through. Which actually, I don't know. We'll see. Raonic should get through that, but we'll see.
I have Raonic going.
He's a mess. Like he's a mess, right?
Something seems to be a little bit off about him.
Yeah, probably his head. Like he can't channel his superpowers enough on the sideline when he closes his eyes and taps his fingers. It's not working out for him. So he needs to find a new route. But so I really think that Query gets to the fourth round, and I think that he meets Federer there because as much shit as I've heard about Federer having such a tough draw, I don't think it's that tough.
Oh wait, Federer does not have a tough draw. It's not.
I've heard Federer is such a tough draw. No, he doesn't.
I mean, it's not. I mean, his draw is comparable to Rafa's draw. I mean, the only difference is Rafa's draw is filled with people who are kind of unknown. But the only
person who can genuinely, if they're on, give Federer any trouble is Gasquet, and I don't really see that happening because Gasquet. Gasquet has. He's a mess. I mean, as much as I love him and he's a great player, he just hasn't been healthy enough to really trouble Federer. He might need to channel some superpowers, like something to help his back. I don't know what that might be, but he needs to do that. So I think we get to the fourth round, Federer Query, and that's when Federer's superpowers have to kick in. And I believe he becomes Old Man Logan. Do we know who he is? Jasmine probably does.
Of course I know who he is. I have him listed as an old man too.
Okay, who was your old man?
The only person that ever has come to mind when I think about Roger Federer is Batman.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I totally saw that. There was no one else in my mind.
He's rich and he's shady as fuck. And he is old, but he is still playing the game, and he's going to retire when he's good and goddamn ready, not when anybody else tells him to retire, no matter how much his body falls apart.
And he plans and he strategizes.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know about Old Man Logan, his abilities?
What is that?
Extended longevity, regenerative healing factor, skilled hand-to-hand combat. There are a few who beat Federer at the net. Yes?
For those of you who don't know Old Man Logan, go to a Redbox and rent Logan. It was an amazing superhero film.
No, it was not, Jasmine, and we're not here to discuss that.
Okay, so Federer's superpower, according to me, is subliminal seduction, which is that he convinces you that you should let him win.
No les femmes, no les femmes.
Until they are always convinced of that.
No les femmes think he uses that superpowers in the press.
Exactly.
You know, use it against players.
Subliminal seduction. And the only person who might be able to stop him is Delpo, because Delpo has a psychic shield inside his head that makes it impossible for him to even care whether Federer.
No, Delpo's not going to get far enough to meet Federer. Goffen's going to take him out.
Delpo is Thor because Thor has already declared it.
Yes, he has.
You know what? You're so right. I totally had Delpo as Thor too. His forehand is that hammer. You know, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to get him.
I feel like thought that Doppel was a little bit of a Superman. People always like him.
Whatever.
He's lame. No.
Is that our draw?
No. Listen, we ended up. I have to say, I mean, no shade.
No shade.
The men's draw sucks. It's a little bad.
Why does it suck overall?
I think
unbalanced. What is it? Like I didn't like it either, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
It's unbalanced, first of all, and it's just
there's too many questions in the men's draw. You don't know what you're getting. Like typically the men are in shape and they look like they've practiced and they had a good off season. And you're assured of when you see players you don't have necessarily injuries to talk about when they don't perform. You're like, well, this other player played well. And they played better than this person. But this time around, I mean, I guess, but the unfortunate thing is that you don't have a
right for me. If that's
right, and you don't have and then it's the same person who is favored to win, Rafa. So it's like it doesn't really change anything. So it's kind of like sucky.
They're not spread out right because, like, for example, you've got the young ones all globbed together. So, like, why would like, for example, the Federer section? The Federer section is stuck with Federer and Query. I mean, toss in a younger person in that mix. Pull down like I don't know, some coconut in the midst of that for something somebody like that. Yeah. So it's like they're clumped together. Any of the younger people, whereas when the women's draw, I feel like more of the talents are spread around, so there's a chance that somebody's gonna get out. But you've got younger people blocking each other, like Hyun Chung being blocked by Kokonakis. I mean, it's like you want to see them being around longer. It's a mess. That's what I don't.
Yeah,
really
it doesn't confirm anything. It doesn't have the potential to confirm anything and give anyone any extra boost, other than on the very, very basic one.
Like person. So. Other than Griggs, like if this is like a chance, like I mean, maybe I've been seeing some people saying that the men's side of the draw is like about generations, I guess. So you have this feeling that Nick has a chance to decide whether Grigor is going to finally make his breakthrough or not, right? You've got that section, and then you've got the other section where it's really about Rafa maintaining his body. And the same thing for Federer. It's about them maintaining their body. And in the middle, you've got the other young, talented people basically going to beat themselves up. You've got Goffin beating up Delpo. It's just a real kind of, I don't know. It's just not that interesting in some ways.
So let's go through our fourth round picks.
Yeah. I'll start.
For the men's. Go ahead.
Rafa versus Isner. PCB versus Cilic. Griggs versus Nick. Anderson versus Karlovic, which put me to sleep, right? Don't you?
Damn.
Dominic T versus RBA. Monfils versus Alexander Zverev, which I would love to see. Goffin versus Delpo, and Query versus Federer.
All right, for me, I've got Nadal versus Dogo. PCB versus Cilic. I've got Dimitrov and Kyrgios. Anderson and Kohlschreiber.
Ooh.
On the other side, I've got Team in Wawrinka, and just for the record, I've got Team coming through there. I don't think Wawrinka gets too far, but I think he might be motivated enough to get there. Andreen, stop yawning. I've actually got Monfils versus Misha Zverev. I've got Goffin and Dopo and Query Federer.
Funny. So I know Realz has no layup in there, but let's get to Jasmine. Oh, but Jasmine, you don't print it out.
You don't print it out. Okay, for the top half, I have Dividal versus some scrub. I have Dividal, because ain't nothing happening in this top half. You know what? I'll tell a lie.
Come on. You've got fourth round. I'm
going to do it. I have Dividal versus Diego. I have Simone versus Cilic. I have.
Oh my God! Another Simone and Cilic match? No.
Damn.
Because I think Gilles is petty like that. He's French. He's petty like that.
I'm sure.
I have Dimitrov versus Nicholas. God, I can't stand Kevin Anderson. Well, whatever. I guess. Actually, fuck it. I have Pui versus Kohlschreiber.
Cole Schreiber.
Hey, I'm happy that someone else chose Cole Schreiber to get that far.
I don't bet on Trump. I don't bet on Trump.
Okay, and
I
then
have
the other side.
Dominic Thiem versus RBA. I have Nole versus Sasha. But I want it to be Hyun Chung, but I'm gonna be messy. So you know what, Sasha, you take that beating for Hyun. I got Gofan versus. You know what? I'm gonna be brave. MLK Day is coming up. I'm gonna be Gofan versus Francis Tiafoe.
Holy shit! Stop the motherfucking press.
Look at you! Look at you!
Because I know Demina was taking out Burditch. Burditch don't look like he's in shape. And I have.
Look at that.
Okay, I think Milos Raonic is gonna try to force his broke down body.
Shut the fuck up.
Try to get to the fourth round.
You're cut off.
To try to prove a point to beat Federer, and Federer is just gonna dismantle.
He's not getting to Federer. So Nectar 737 has Rafa and Dokopolov, Mueller and Chilich, Griggs and Kyrgios, Anderson and Karlovic. Wow, that's interesting.
That match should not be on TV anyway. They should just play that match on Coach 18. I don't want to see that. Just don't see that. No.
He's got Dominic Thiem versus RBA, Noli and Kokkinakis, Goffin and Delpo. Oh shit! And Feliciano Lopez and Federer. Is that even?
I did think about Fifi, but I was like, nah, be sane. Be sane.
I don't think Fifi gets out of the first round, but you know what? I am here for that. I am here for that. So
that's interesting.
So
anybody else?
Anybody? No, nobody else talked about their picks, and that's fine. So I put out a little late proposal, very late. And we'll see if y'all did duty. Oh, wait. Yvette says Rafa and Diego, PCB and Chilich, Grisha and Nick, Anderson, Sock. Oh, Sock is not getting that far. Fuck that shit. Oh, shit. Theory? Is it Thierry? How do you say it? Thierry or?
I think it's Thierry.
Dominic.
Thierry and RBA. And Gael and Kokkinakis.
Yvette, I think you mean Dominic Thiem, right? Because Thierry, there's no Thierry.
Isn't that a soccer player?
Yeah.
Well, Thierry Henry.
Dominic Thiem and RBA. Okay, gotcha.
Well, these are some solid picks. No one has any surprises. And like I said, I won't be picking qualifiers for this section.
Oh my God, Tony. Tony did say in the beginning of the podcast, hold up, wait a minute. Bernard Tomic is playing qualifiers. And he says, hold on. Tomic is going to bagel Tommy Paul. Who the fuck is Tommy Paul?
He's an American.
Okay, yeah. Tommy Paul won the second set in TV. Or a tiebreak.
TV tiebreak, yeah.
See, this is what happened. TV tiebreak. Okay, fine. Because tiebreaks only happen during TV. But anyways, thank you, Tony, for the update. I don't know about I don't know what's up with Bernard. I have no idea. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how he's playing. Why is he playing qualities?
Me of Professor Quirrell with like that little Voldemort thing on the back of his head and his father.
Yes, like, oh, I have to like be someone's puppet, right?
Oh, Jazz, did you get all your superheroes out on this section of the draw?
Yes, I did.
Ooh, good.
Did you make up a superhero name for yourself?
Yeah, it's boring though.
It's not boring. It is not boring. Share it.
Tell us.
And everyone, while we're talking about our names, this was the proposal that I made to everyone. Come up with your own superhero name. What is yours? Put it in the YouTube feed. What is it? Jasmine, what's your name?
So I decided my name would be Ghost. And my powers, I would have powers like Kitty Pryde where I could phase through walls and that kind of stuff. And also have like Green Lantern abilities where I can manifest objects. And my weapon, I'd be a villain, of course, not a hero. And my weapon of choice would be a sledgehammer.
What are you doing with this sledgehammer?
I'm, phasing through walls and cracking heads and walking out with whatever I feel like walking out with.
Hey, mama, get it. Get it. Andreen, who's your superhero? Who's your superhero alter ego? Do you have one?
Shady McShade.
You should say shade shifter.
Perfect.
You're a shade shifter. That's what you're a shade shifter. That's what you are.
Shifter. Perfect. Realz, that could also be you, but you don't get to share. So what's yours?
Okay. Well, I make no secret about it. I'm a bona fide hater, and I accept that challenge. And I'm going around hating all the messes and pulling wigs. So I'm a bona fide hater, wig snatcher. Okay. And that's what I'm all about.
Yvette says that Jasmine is scary.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Thank you. I'm so glad you think so.
She's impressed. She's totally impressed. I love it. I love it. So listen.
Dimi said,
what is that? Yeah, okay.
Rafa 88 said it's now PCB versus Chilich. Gregor versus Sharp. Oh my God. Why is Dennis Sharp up a thing? Jesus.
He's so angry he can't even say it.
These dull people, Ashley Body, Dennis, they're so
stop
dull.
it. Just read the people's picks.
Dominic Thiem versus Batista Gut, Nole versus Misha Zarev.
Ooh,
Gofan versus Delpo. Query versus Fed.
Yeah.
No surprises. My
surprises
God.
Down there. He apparently believes Nole's faking the funk too.
Hey, fake the fucking funk, right? Fake the funk.
I'm gonna tweet that. The amount of people who believe Nole is the amount.
Okay, so
oh God.
the whole reason that I said, what's your superhero person, right? Is because I don't know shit about superheroes. I don't. I thought, for those of you who don't know, who you probably do, whatever, but we always do a theme. We always do. I am adamant about having a theme.
And she always comes up with it, including this one.
It's not always me, but
this one is moi. So sorry. Totally fucked that up, Realz.
It was you?
It was however, I am the one who
forever though. No, it's cool.
I am the one who pushes for the fact that we have a theme. It is indeed me. It is me. It is. I'm like, oh my God, we have to have a theme. We have to have a theme. We have to have a theme. And sometimes, I feel like it rocks. Sometimes I feel like it feels a little bit flat or whatever, but it's what we do. We have a theme for every draw show. It's what we do. And we're open to ideas, just so that you're aware. So, it's superhero, powers, whatever. And as I said at the beginning, I really don't know that much about it. So I say to Jason Reed, I'm, going through the draw, and I fill out the draw. And I'm like, okay, I've got all my picks, and now it's time to incorporate superheroes. And I'm Googling and I'm looking on. He's like, oh, check out Instagram and check out Superhero Daily and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, this fits here, this fits there. And he says, make up your own, make that shit work. And I know that this is a little bit off subject, but I just want to share something that has been going on personally in my life. My brother-in-law collapsed last week, and my mother-in-law called the ambulance. And when they arrived, he did not have a heartbeat. And they revived him using the paddles. They took him to the ER. They worked on him for several hours. This was today. We are recording live on Friday the 13th. This was last week that this happened. Okay. And long story short, he's young. He's 38. He had multiple heart attacks. and he has been on a ventilator. He had EEGs, which is what measures your brainwave activity and if you have any. And his showed that he didn't have any. But when his children spoke to him, his heart rate increased. Okay. And people kept going. And our family was there strong. And everybody was there to visit him. And everybody kept talking to him. And everybody stayed there. And every single day he made progress. Every single day. First, it was just the brainwave activity. Then he squeezed a hand. Then he's trying to open eyes. And my husband, as we are talking about, and I just want to say that today, on this day, he's off the ventilator. After having been on it for a week. Yay. He's off the ventilator. He tried to get out of bed. He is talking. But 2 days ago, the doctor said it's time to start thinking about what to do because he doesn't have any brain activity. So it was time to make a decision as to whether or not we pull the plug. But today he is talking. And today he is trying to get out of bed. And today he is asking for things. Okay? So God is good. That's that. But my husband said, you have a superhero in this family, your brother-in-law, and he is a phoenix because he is a fighter and they rise from the ashes. And I promised him that tonight I would share that. And that's why I'm telling this story. Aww. Because it's personal to me and it's good. And he is a phoenix. And 2 days ago, we didn't know if he was going to live or die. And today, he is up and he is talking.
That's amazing.
And it is a miracle.
That is amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that means Roger Federer is going to win the Australian Open again.
Oh my God, you're a mess.
So, just a little other note on a giggle, because my husband, Realz knows my husband. Andreen, have you ever got to talk to Jason?
No, Jason doesn't like me. Remember?
No?
I wish he did the same for me, Andreen. I wish he did the same. He's always in my business, always in my grill.
He is. Tony got to have a conversation with Jason Reed the other night, so that was good. So the whole superhero thing coming full force. I'm so embarrassed. But I also said that I would share this as well. I said, gosh, he said, you guys should have your own superhero names. So when I sent you that message and I said, pick your superhero name, that came from Jason.
Oh, look at Jason.
And he picked mine.
What did he pick for you? I bet it's something shady. Her husband is shady as fuck.
I don't know that I would call it shady, but I would definitely call it raunchy.
Is it about your boobs? Is it about your boobs?
Totally. It's totally about my boobs. Andreen, you fucking nailed it. My husband says that my husband, God bless him, says that I am the bronzed goddess with the hypnotizing chocolate nipples.
Oh my God. I can't. Oh,
and I promise family show for God's sake.
It is a family show. It is a family show,
It's
Janina.
not. It's so not a family show.
PG rating right now is
I
gone.
was appropriate because you guys are always talking about my boobs. I was like, you know what? You don't even but that's because you haven't met me.
I mean,
Stanley always talks about your boobs. Stanley Brinker is always up in your boobs.
I told Jason, I'm like, you don't even know. Like on some level, this is so incredible. This is so appropriate.
We just had a discussion about that.
We did.
Anywho, you all are.
So that's that. Let's wrap it up.
Thank
you for letting me share. Thank you.
Did any of our fans share their superhero names? We'll close out with that, please.
Yes, let's get some names. Yes, Yvette, you can be Tequila Girl because I know you're on some tequila. Don't be trying to tell us it's Prosecco, Yvette. Come on, girl. Tell us the truth. Show us the heavy quavers. Come on. Show us that what's that Patron.
Jasmine, you do not get to say this is too much when you are on here fucking live.
Jasmine,
You don't
what
get
is-
to do that, girl.
I'm sorry.
Jasmine,
we can see.
I have amazing boobs. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'll take your word for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Jasmine, you gave your superhero name, right? You did?
Yeah, Ghost, and I scared of it.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Yes. I
yes,
don't know her. You know,
remember.
I'm sorry, Jasmine.
Yes.
In my mind, I'm sorry. In my mind, you're my big bother. I'm sorry.
That's
You're my
fine.
big
That'd
bother.
be cool.
From my big bother from Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. That big bother.
Sweet. She's a badass. I'll take that.
I'm going to make a public service announcement. Nobody asked the players about changing the court name in Australia. You journalists, go
What do you
do
mean?
your jobs.
Oh, okay. You mean you don't want to hear about? Oh, is it fast? Is it slow?
No,
Whatever.
No. Margaret Court.
Renaming it Margaret Court. You know
Oh,
what?
because Billie Jean King
Yes,
just put out that big
I
article.
just saw that.
But
Sloan
she's not
didn't
playing,
read.
so she
I
can
didn't
comment
read it.
on it.
I
Yeah,
saw
I didn't read it.
Sloane Stevens is like annoyed that she has to answer the question. You're asking the black player whether the court should be named after some homophobic person.
Preach,
Listen,
Andreen.
I cannot
Preach.
deal with this. The reporters, do your fucking job, reporters. Stop asking the players to take the hit. You challenge the tournament. You ask the tough questions. I hate the way tennis does this. This is my pet peeve. Tennis will
Like
ask
I
the
said,
players
This is
things.
what I'm
They
talking
get
about.
the players to say things. Then they know the players are going to be savaged on social media when they put up their point of view. And then they collect these articles of information, put it out into the universe and go, something should be done about this. What kind of passive reporting is that? That's not how you do this.
Right.
They're trying to protect
that
their
kind of, yes, that's not how
trying
you
to
do
protect
this
their
as a
meal
reporter.
ticket.
Oh, you challenge the tournament. You sit Craig Tilley aside and you ask him why the name hasn't changed. What's stopping you from changing it? And go down the list. These people are here to compete. And now you want them to sit up around and talk about Margaret
Girl,
Court's
these
name?
are the same people
Oh, I hate that.
and who don't ask the women about women issues, but go to Andy Murray for some questions.
It's my biggest pet peeve about the way reporters handle controversy. Because what they know people are going to get savage when they share their points of view. You shouldn't have to share it as a player. They don't have, the players don't get a vote on whether the name changes. They don't even have, it's not even a part of it. I hate it. Sorry. It's just a big pet peeve of mine. Be good reporters. Don't fucking take the lazy way out. My God. Your job is to speak truth to power. That's your job. Can you imagine if Jodi Kantor, when she was breaking the Harvey Weinstein thing, went around and just kind of surveyed people and go, hey, I mean, no, do your research.
Right.
Bullshit.
These people don't want to mess up the meal ticket, you know. They don't want to mess up the meal ticket. Because to go ask Craig Tilley means that next year you're not at the Australian Open. In fact, you'll get out. Remember what happened to Stanley?
Yeah, you get kicked out because that poor reporter basically reported the truth. He left his wife. What was so untruthful about that?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like and his wife issued a statement. Facts. All things were facts. It's bullshit.
And he was fucking Donna. Facts.
Okay, but that wasn't part of it.
All facts.
But I mean, I'm just saying it was facts. You know, it's just like that's not how you do that. And then you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna write a piece next week about how players get assaulted online. I was like, but you set players up for that all the freaking time.
Right. You're so right.
I hate that.
And then they're gonna write a piece, be like, some players don't think there's anything wrong with leaving the court as Margaret Court.
Exactly.
Because we're gonna enter into this discussion. Well, she did win 24 major titles. That's not the point. No one is taking away her titles. She still gets to keep those 24.
To a player, smile when they ask you that question and say, you know what? I'm here to talk about tennis, and look them dead in the face.
No, you tell them that is an excellent question for the tournament director. Not
there
me.
you
Next
go.
question.
Next question.
But what I don't understand, as we're on this subject, is why they keep pivoting this on the players on that perspective. The journalists can just write their own opinion piece.
But that's the whole.
And they could, but that would be work.
They could do the research. They could talk about what went into the decision to choose her in the first place.
That would be
why like even Billie Jean
King,
would require thinking. Who's now a turncoat when she lobbied hard for Margaret Court to be the name on it because at the time it was going to be good for women's tennis. But now she's suddenly turning the other way when Margaret Court was problematic from day one. She wasn't even supportive of women's tennis, and she was also supportive of apartheid in South Africa. And Margaret Court and Billie Jean King was like, fine. Now suddenly because she's homophobic or she said homophobic things, you want to change the court?
All of a sudden because it's in social media. It's because Margaret Court had this shit published in newspaper.
Billie Jean is so sometime-ish. She's sometime-ish. Sometime-ish. That's what she is. She's in one breath, she's like attacking Margaret Court. In the second breath, she's like, Maria served their time. Why is everybody getting on her case? I mean, make up a
we don't have time for that shit.
Lady. Come on. It's because you know what? If 2 years from now somebody tells Billie that it's changing the cash situation for the WTA, you know what she'd be doing. She'd be like, Maria, you're gonna have to go, girl. Mm-hmm. She's always thinking about building the sport, but she's not thinking about any humane thing. Why was Margaret Court's name okay when she was supporting apartheid?
You got that girl to play you? Come on, Billie. I can't trust you. You got that girl to play you? La La Land? Get out of here, Billie. I ain't with that.
Right?
No. But it pisses me off. It's just lazy and irresponsible. Like, why would you put players in this position to take a hit like that?
Because you know what? Because Craig Tilly about to change his mind when Salone say, you know what? I don't want Margaret Court name up there. He get Craig Tilly gonna be like, you know what? Salone don't want it. Let me take it down. Get the fuck out of here.
What they want to do is they want the players to boycott. They want to boycott about the damn tournament when they can't even deal with paying the players money.
Preach, Angie.
I can't deal. I'm sorry. My biggest pet peeve. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with you.
Lazy journalism.
It's lazy. Do the real fucking work.
And it never asks what can be done from here.
Yeah.
Even if you do solicit players' opinion, they never ask what can be done. It's always just like, oh, well,
what do you think about this in this moment?
Oh, and you know, some journalists like to do save those quotes for something later down the line,
like 10 years down the line,
and fuck people over, pretending like it just happened yesterday. I don't even call a name because we all know who it is.
You know what they should do? What they should do is they should call up all the people who voted for the name in the first place and be like, why y'all said this was okay? Go get those players.
Yep.
Society's changed. You're right. Then you make the decision. Anywho,
all right, good night. Thanks for joining us.
Next week, probably Sunday, live in the afternoon because Australia would be over.
Happy MLK Day, y'all. This is great.
Yeah, please.
People.
I love it. Please, I love that we get to lay in our bed and watch tennis.
Yes.
I know.
MLK Day people.
You have to work?
Oh, yes, I do.
Don't call me at 8 o'clock, girl. Don't call me at 8 o'clock. Don't call me at 8 o'clock.
Martin Luther King died, so you all didn't have to work for the man on Monday. That's a shame.
Yeah.
I'm sorry y'all are working.
And if you're gonna quote Martin Luther King on that Monday, please read the whole thing. Okay.
Find an edgy quote. Find an edgier quote than love.
Yeah. Go to what we talk about economics. Go to those. You know.
All right. Jasmine, it was wonderful that you came on. We really appreciate you bringing your superpower, your super knowledge, and all your wonderfulness to the podcast. Much appreciated.
Thanks for letting me play with you guys.
Thank you for doing the heavy lifting.
And I'm gonna say something on behalf of Jasmine. Fuck you, Auckland, because she was there last year and you didn't have shit going on. Just saying.
She would have appreciated Dopo final. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, Steve Johnson, okay? It's not fair.
I'm so sorry, girl. You keep showing up in tournament without your faves. Stop it.
I know.
You're good. All right, y'all.
It was nice having y'all. Thank you for listening in. Don't forget to comment below if you listen to us later on with your draws. And we'll be back next week. And we will have live people who are friends and fans who are at the event.
That'd be fun.
Would be on with us.
Yes.
Hopefully to let us know what's going on. Hopefully they don't die of heat exhaustion over there.
Jesus.
Washed out too. So hey.
Good night.
Good night, y'all. Thank you for listening in.
Bye.